My name is Jordan Brown, and well, right now I'm a 3-star wide receiver out of San Diego, California. But the way I even became a 3-star wide receiver is just a crazy story. But just to make the long story short, I ended up having an amazing junior year in high school. I mean, I was a 5-star recruit, and I ended up having offers from almost every single school. But literally, in our last game in my junior season, I ended up taking a big hit going across the middle of the field, and I ended up falling on my left shoulder, and I messed it up bad. But not only that, when we ended up falling, dude ended up twisting the mess out of my right ankle. And I mean, these injuries were so bad that I ended up missing majority of my senior season. And when I did end up getting in at the end of the year, I did not look like myself at all. And because of all the time I had missing my senior season, not looking too good either, I went from a 5-star all the way down to a 3. And the thing that sucks most about this is the fact that I had the opportunity to go to any school I wanted to. Even my dream school, OSU. And so, with all the big schools pulling their offers away from me, there was only one school I could see myself going to. And that is staying home, playing for San Diego. The school I really wanted to go to was OSU, but since I don't got none of them big offers no more, staying at home was just the best option. And now look, in terms of my play style, I'm about 6'4", and I'm a jump ball type of receiver. My route running could definitely use some work. I mean, especially after the injury I ended up having, I'm a lot slower than I used to be. I'm just gonna have to keep on working hard to try to gain as much of my speed as I had back then. Cause in high school, they was comparing me to players like Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss. I mean, I'm a physical receiver. I'm gonna get up there, but I'm a lot slower than I used to be, so it's going to be a lot harder for me to get open. But now at this point, only my hard work and time is going to tell. Because now we're heading into the first game of the season, and coming to this team, even San Diego, I was not guaranteed a starting spot on the roster. So there's going to be a chance I might not even play in this game. I'm just going to hope I do. But while I wasn't guaranteed I was going to be able to get in the game, I guess I am going to be in the game. I guess I might just be a starter because I'm here. And yeah, it's kind of a lame route for my first catch in my college football career, but I'm just happy I'm here. I'm happy I got this opportunity. Because like when I tell y'all, after the injury I had and when they told me how much time I was going to miss, it was just really hard to stay together mentally. But now that I'm back out here on the football field, I feel amazing. And yeah, it's just an FCS school, but this play right here just reminds me of what I was doing in my junior year. Almost every play, nobody could guard me. Now I just feel like on this drive, my boy AJ Duffy, our quarterback, the sophomore, has been looking at me the entire time. I'm getting open across the middle of the field, getting my first touchdown in my college football career. And man, I really don't want to speak too early because it is just an FCS school, but I'm feeling like my old self again. And it's just like Duffy is just feeding me this entire game. 2nd and 12, I'm getting this ball on a drag route and I'm trying to juke him. I do not have the agility I had at all. Terrible juke. Now look, I'm not the type of receiver that only does catching and running routes. I'm also out here pancaking people. I be out there for the run game. Now, one thing that's kind of scaring me about this team is the fact that against this FCS school, we're only up 13-7, and running the ball on 3rd and 12 is just not a good decision. Now they get a chance, which they end up doing nothing with. Now, we did win this game, starting the season off 1-0, which is good, but the way we did it, I don't know, man, kind of scary. And I mean, in that game, we ran the ball a lot, and it really didn't work. I mean, our quarterback only had 92 passing yards with 2 touchdowns. We should have passed the ball a lot more. And out of his 92, I had 46. So maybe if we passed the ball more, I would have had a lot more yards. And so, after leading the team and receiving yards in our first game, I'm already getting put in a position battle. And if it's any opportunity for me to get even more playing time, get even more targets, I gotta take that. And I gotta do everything I can when I get the opportunity. And look, I'm out here doing everything I can. Highlight plays, trying to just make sure I look like a star out here. A crazy hurdle over that boy getting into the end zone. And well, let's just say in this position battle, I was dominating. And so without a doubt, I ended up winning the receiver 2 position. Playing against Oregon State this week, and we're going to have to play a lot better than we did against FCS. I'm already getting a catch and getting into the end zone. Now look, I'm not the receiver that likes to blame the quarterback, but Duffy, you got to put this ball like higher than that. I had a touchdown basically. I was way past the cornerback, but because he threw that ball so low, a bullet pass at that, easy pick. And well, let's just say after that play, the whole momentum of the game ended up going all the way to Oregon State. We're down 21-7 now. We got to get in the end zone. We weren't able to get into the end zone last drive as we ended up settling for 3 points. But we had an opportunity here, completely burn my man over the top. But the quarterback did not look my way at all. And because of that, Now in the fourth quarter, we're still down 21-10, and we're finally back into the red zone on 3rd and 5. He's throwing an incomplete pass, tried to do a high ball, but that's out of bounds. Even though we ended up having to settle for 3 points, thanks to the defense for getting a stop for us. And now we're building up a pretty good drive to try to tie this game up. And well, they was locking us up in the red zone, and I ended up running a post route, and the corner was right on my hip the whole time. I don't even know why Duffy threw that ball. I wasn't open at all at any moment. But funny enough, defense gave us another chance, and what we do with that opportunity? Duffy threw another interception. It's over this time. Ain't no way we coming back from this. Losing our first game of the season to Oregon State, 21-15. I mean, I really feel like we had too many opportunities in this game to really take advantage, but just couldn't do what we needed to do when we had to do it. Not only that, I was getting locked up in this game. Getting only 2 catches for 26 yards, yeah, I gotta do a lot better myself. But we got a chance to try to redeem myself here against another California team, and man, it would feel amazing if we can get this dub. But yet again, it's really just not looking good. We started getting locked up, 3rd and 13, and Duffy just felt the pressure, felt too much of it, ended up throwing that ball right to a defender. California took advantage of the opportunity they had, scored a touchdown, and once again, Duffy's throwing another interception, and this time, they end up getting even closer, so they most definitely finna score again. But defense is trying to keep us in this game, only allowing 3 points. We got to do something this drive en route, catching this ball, getting the first down. I don't know what's going through Duffy's mind right now, but on this blitz, he ended up doing the worst thing you could possibly do. Instead of stepping up in the pocket, he ran backwards and lost 9 yards. And then on 3rd and 19, he would throw a hospital ball to me. Trying to fit that in there, I wasn't going to get the first down anyways, and it almost ended up getting picked off. Bro just not making good decisions right now. And as much as I want to kind of take some blame, I really just can't. He just hasn't been having a good game, decision making wise, accuracy wise at all. I'm finally getting the ball again in the fourth quarter here on this crossing route, picking up this big game. And we end up scoring on that drive, but this game is just looking even more out of reach because California's scoring touchdowns and our offense just isn't moving at all. And because of that, we got thrashed, 31-13. I mean, at least I did better than I did last game. And somehow, even though I'm not outplaying the receiver 1, I'm getting a receiver 1 position battle. I guess coach believes in me that much. Now, coach knew that as a receiver, my weakest attribute is my route running. So in this position battle, he wanted me to show that I've been working on something, working on my route running, and I have been. And I mean, I've been working on it so much that I end up beating the receiver 1 in this drill. And since we still on weaknesses, he ended up bringing up another weakness of mine, my agility. Because I mean, after what happened to my ankle, I mean, it's just a lot harder to launch off my right foot. And not only that, every once in a while, I tweak it. So in this drill, I'm just trying my best to be as careful as I can, but still win this drill, of course. And of course, I did. And now for the next drill, it's really not nothing too extra. We just gotta try our best to get open with all these defenders around us. And while I thought when he was talking about the drill, explaining how it was gonna go down, I thought it was gonna be a lot harder for me. But when I realized they really weren't pressing up, they was playing off, so I had easy catches almost every time. And because of that, I ended up dominating this receiver battle, winning all 3 drills. And so I'm now the receiver 1. And in my first game as a receiver 1, we're playing against Central Michigan. They're 2-2, we're 1-2. And now look, I'm not used to losing, so I'd like to make our record neutral here so we can go ahead and start taking off. And well, we had a pretty good drive, a pretty solid one at that. But when we got closer to that end zone, it just got a lot harder for us to move the ball. It's looking like they're forcing us to kick this field goal. We got that field goal. Defense got the stop just for Duffy to give them the ball right back. And not only that, but he almost returned this thing for 6. Luckily, we got the tackle, but still, they're at the 8-yard line. They're right there. Second quarter, it's a tie game, 3-3, and we've been struggling. It's 3rd and 17, but we will finally get a big play. That boy Jay Sean Polk, the receiver 2 speed demon touchdown. And that big play ended up being exactly what we needed for our offense to gain a whole lot of momentum. Just look at me blocking that boy on the outside, allowing for my running back to get into that end zone for the huge running play. And man, right now our defense is just locking up. And just look at me blocking every single play. If I can pancake somebody, I will. I mean, especially because in high school, I love to do this, especially to the smaller DBs. And me being about 6'4", like 215, 220, I used to do this all the time. We're having an amazing game right now, offensively and defensively, and we really haven't been making too many mistakes. Up until this play, when I don't know if he knew what route I was on, but I was on the C route. He threw the inside. I was trying to get to the outside. I would have had it, but bro just had to throw that ball. But he would make up for it on this play, burning this dude over the top, and I'm taking this thing all the way to the crib. I don't look that fast, but I was most definitely fast enough to get into the end zone. Just an amazing game overall. Offensively, defensively, we did our thing. And now we're neutral. And right now, this receiver duel between me and Jay Sean is looking nasty. Both getting over 100 yards with me getting 1 TD and him getting 2. And after us two having such a great performance last game, we come into this game against a 3-1 Hawaii, hoping that we could do the same thing. After a scoreless first quarter, we're now in the red zone in the second quarter, and on 3rd and 11, the quarterback ended up taking a sack. And so, after ended up having to take 3 points, Hawaii ended up scoring a touchdown, taking a lead. But on this play, receiver 3, senior Malachi Shaw gets his big play, getting to the 3. When it comes to red zone targets, I feel like personally I should be the guy he throws to every single time. He's trying to put his hands on me. That's not going to work. I'm getting physical with him, beating him to the inside, catching this touchdown. Hawaii responded though, scored a touchdown, but they gave us over 20 seconds in this half to go get some, and I did, killing that DB off the release, getting into the end zone. And then somehow with 2 seconds left in the first half, we get put in the worst situation possible. We end up having to run the ball and safety. But that's most definitely not where the bad things end. For some reason, my quarterback just doesn't understand what a C route is. He keeps throwing it when I run in. You gotta wait till I get to the sideline. And so now, we no longer have the lead. And on 3rd and inches, we ran the RPO. The quarterback threw the ball to the receiver on the other side, and he ended up losing the ball after taking a hit, getting us another turnover. But even through all that, we're still only down 8 points. We're already in the red zone, and Duffy threw this dot to the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Now we need 2. We end up getting the 2-point conversion, and Hawaii end up getting 3 points. So as long as we can get 3 points, at least we'll be good. And we end up getting that 3. For some reason, I was benched for a couple of plays, but we back out here in OT, and I'm catching this touchdown to tie the game up. And now it's our turn to get on offense first, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to throw this ball, and I completely moved out the way, and yeah, this game is on me. Now, I'm be honest, I don't know what made me move out the way or whatever. I don't know. It's just stupid. Though, other than doing that, I ended up having 84 yards, 6 catches, and 3 touchdowns. And for my performance, I ended up getting the MWC Offensive Player of the Week. Alright, now, because of the last game, we're now back negative. And even though we're playing against a 4-1 Wyoming, who's having a pretty good season, I still got a feeling that we can win this game. I'm 2nd and 2 in the red zone. I'm running the streak right through the seams, and he's throwing it right to me. Touchdown. Defense got to stop, so now we got a chance to extend this to a 2-score lead. I'm over here blocking the mess out of people, and just look at our running back using his crazy speed to pick up this huge touchdown. We're starting off pretty well. It's still the first quarter, and we're up 14-0 right now. Catching this slant, taking the hit, but I'm holding on to that ball. But Wyoming's defense started to lock in a little bit. 3rd and 8, and that DT got right through that line, hit our quarterback, and he fumbled that ball. We pick it up, but we 4th and 22, so we got to punt that ball. Wyoming scored this time, but left us enough time to try to get down the field and make something happen. 45 seconds left, and he's throwing a deep bomb down the field. A wide open Lewis Brown, the 4th, for the touchdown. But now, coming into the second half, it's a very close game. We're 21-17 up right now, but it's probably finna change real fast after he just threw this interception. And they already in field goal range. And we just gotta hope that this ain't enough for their momentum to just go crazy. And they're at home, so this could be bad. And well, they end up scoring a touchdown, finally taking the lead. And for some reason, my quarterback believed in me so much that he threw this ball up on me in double coverage. It's 3rd and 6. I'm running the C route again, and for some reason, every single time I run this route, he throws it before I even run my route completely. Another interception, and they're already on the outside of the field. This is not good. Now, they didn't score a touchdown, but they did get 3 points, making it a 6-point game. But it's not like that even matters. Cause another interception thrown by this dude, AJ Duffy. I mean, what is he looking at? And we lose again, getting even deeper in the negatives. And the worst part about this is I only had 2 catches with 30 yards. I feel like I had more plays while I was open, but he just didn't throw it, or it was a terrible pass, like the C routes. And AJ Duffy will continue his reign of just throwing picks here on this play, trying to force it into me on this post route. And that linebacker was standing right there lurking it. I don't know how he ain't see him. But looking for us, our defense got to stop. It's the second quarter now, and on 3rd and 9, he's throwing this to me right before that linebacker was able to make a play, and I'm completing that catch. And now we done made it all the way to the red zone. At the 3-yard line on 2nd and goal, I tried to find a way in the zone, and he threw that ball right to that linebacker. I had to chase him down. I wasn't able to tackle him, but my teammate did. This has been a very low-scoring game. It's the 4th quarter, 1 minute and 37 seconds left in this game, and we're down 10-7. But Duffy would change that real quick, throwing this ball deep down the field, a bomb to our running back, Keenan Christon. But Washington State ended up responding with a touchdown of their own. We're down 3 points, and he ended up throwing his dot, picking up 9 yards, and we got called timeout. Hopefully we make this field goal to tie the game up and go to OT, which we did. And Washington State ended up settling for 3 points. So a touchdown here will win the game. We threw that thing to the back of the end zone to Christian again for another touchdown. And I mean, what a game for that boy Christian. That boy went crazy in the end. 2 big plays in the receiving game. He's our starting running back. And that dude ended up putting up 100 yards with 2 touchdowns. And as for me, a catch and 13 yards. I ain't really do too much, but we did win the game, and that's what really matters. We now done played 7 games, and I'm gonna be honest, my stats ain't what I thought they would be. I mean, I got 7 touchdowns, which is good, but I don't even have 400 yards on the season yet. I'm hoping in this last stretch of games, I end up finding something and start going crazy. And as for our standings in the conference, we're dead last right now. Not a good look at all. And if we stay at it, we'll end up not even having a bowl game. We got to get to winning games. And I mean, one of the worst parts about us having such a bad season right now is the fact that we still don't have a single conference win. We at least got to get one this season, right? And I mean, I know how hard it's going to be to be able to beat Boise State at their crib, but I know we could do it. We've been having a bad year, but we still got the talent on this team to win. 2nd and goal, I'm running the end route. I end up getting under all those zones, getting this touchdown, scoring the first touchdown of the game. Defense got us that ball right back. We got a minute left, running the post route, catching this ball, fighting for this first down, and I get it. And now on 3rd and goal, we try to run a play with slants coming from each side, but it didn't work. He had to throw the ball out of bounds, so we could just kick this field goal. Ever since the 2nd quarter, we have not been able to move the ball on offense, not even get close to the red zone. But finally in the 4th quarter, in the last minute and a half, that boy finds Ja'Shawn Polk down the field for the touchdown. And after that crazy touchdown, it ended up being a game winner because Boise State got locked up. And man, really no crazy performance. We just ended up winning that game, just barely though. At this point, with the season that we're having, we're obviously clearly not going to make it to the conference. But we at least could win games to try to get a better bowl game that we probably going to end up with. But if we keep on doing this, as we've been doing all season, just turning the ball over and over again, ain't no way we going to get to a better bowl game. I ran a curl route and he threw it still. I had 2 people guarding me. And that's going for 6. And now at this point, we're down 10-2. I mean, our only points have came from a safety so far. We need to find some type of offense. And maybe our offense is running the ball. Because clearly, whenever we run the ball, this dude, speed demon running back. That would go crazy. And then, after just such a great run, another C route. And y'all know exactly what he's doing. He's throwing it to me again off the end. If he would have waited, we would have had a touchdown. And man, it just never ends, does it? Down 17-5, and he throws another interception. It's just like he just can't stop throwing the ball to the other team. No matter who he throwing the ball to, it just ends up in the other team's hands. And that ended up going for 6. And it's like, I forgot that this was even a home game. But shoot, we ain't play like it. And I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't like to say it, but like as a receiver, it's kind of hard, especially when my quarterback's not having good games at all, for me to put up stats. And while I know it's the quarterback's fault for all this, I really don't want to create no type of drama in the locker room. But then at the same time, I already know the rest of these players on this offense know it's his fault too. I mean, he's every single game, he just keeps throwing picks. He can't stop doing it. And the thing that makes me even more mad about it is the fact that in these games where he keeps throwing picks, I don't really get the ball like that. And due to all the frustrations that's been happening throughout this season, me just not feeling like I'm getting the ball as much as I really should be, especially being a receiver 1, my mind is already made up that I'm not going to be on this team next year. And yeah, this is a school for where I'm from. But I really just do not like the situation over here with the quarterback especially. And also, I said I don't like to lose. And on this team, I don't see us winning too many games, even next year. But right now, for me, I just gotta make sure I ball out in these last couple games so I can get some type of recognition from the bigger schools in the nation. Cause I've already made up my mind of the school I want to go to. But that's mainly also gonna be dependent on if they even want me to come to their team. And so in these last couple games of the season, and maybe hopefully even a bowl game, I can start gaining some interest from them. Now this play right here is how this play should be thrown every single time. This time he actually waited for me to get to the outside on the C route. And look, first down. We done made our way all the way down the field. But then the quarterback wants to do things like this. I ran a curl route and he ended up throwing that ball. The defender was right there, but he still decided to force it in. And that's another interception for him. And now you might be wondering, looking at the score, it's the second half and we're down 35-0. But man, when I tell you, this dude just will not stop giving them the ball. And not only that, our defense is having their worst game of the season. And I mean, this one was crazy. They ended up scoring 28 points, all in the second quarter. But at this point, win or lose, don't really matter to me. As long as I get my stats, getting 6 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown. I need a better game than that though. We're now heading into the last game of the regular season. And in this game, we're taking on Air Force. And to be honest, I haven't even checked to see if we even get a bowl game, win or lose at this game. I really don't care. I'm just gonna make sure I ball out in this game right here. Cause I need to, I had to, I ain't got no choice. We're at their 27, running the verticals type of play. And that will end up getting open. He threw that right over that linebacker's head for the touchdown. Now, one thing I need to commend my quarterback about this season is how consistent he is at throwing interceptions. I mean, he started the season off throwing picks and he's ending it throwing picks too. And while in the other games, I was a little frustrated every time he threw a pick. But in this game, didn't really care as long as I'm getting the ball. A minute remaining in the first half. We're up 13-3. I beat this dude off the press. And what does my quarterback do? Completely underthrow me. Throwing a bullet pass when he should have threw that over the top. Like, what are you doing? Somehow Air Force ended up giving us the ball back like in no time. I'm running the curl route this time, getting this first down. Now this pass right here was one of Duffy's best passes of the year. I ran a slant and he threw this ball right in between the zones. Perfect pass, and I'm catching that ball, taking the hit, but still got the touchdown. But I wasn't done going crazy in this game. Running the slant, and that ended up being wide open. No one near me, easy touchdown. And if you thought I was done there, I'm not. Getting right past him, and this time he threw that thing on the money. I mean, it was kind of hard to miss me. Easy touchdown again. We came out here in the last game of the season and dominated. But more importantly, I dominated with 5 catches, 97 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Wish I could have got over 100 yards, but I guess it's fine. With the regular season finally being over with, obviously we didn't make it to the conference, but I ended up making it to the All-MWC freshman team. But not only that, I also made it to the All-American freshman team. Good business. But now, we're in the true last game of the season. We're playing in the bowl game, the Arizona Bowl, versus Northern Illinois. And with this being the last game of my first season, my freshman year, this is going to be the last game. I'm going to have to impress the bigger schools. So, let's ball out. Now, of course, we're starting this game off bad. I mean, I was surprised he didn't throw this C route at the wrong time. Instead, he decided to throw a pick to the other side of the field. And it almost went for 6. Luckily, somebody was there to tackle him. But man, what in the world is Duffy doing? But now in the second quarter with 2 minutes left, he would make up for that pick. Throwing his ball down the field to that boy Jay Sean Polk on the other side of the field. Way too fast, and that was a dot to the back of the end zone. What a throw. After defense got the stop, they left us with a good amount of time. We got 50 seconds to make something happen. It's 3rd and 5, and he's throwing it to me on this drag route. And I'm getting that first down. After making it down the field a little bit further, we got 30 seconds left, and on 1st and 10, I'm running the post route. I was waiting for him to throw the ball. He didn't do it yet, so I decided to put my hand up so he could give me that ball so he could really see me. Up 14-3 now in the second half. I'm running a slant, but instead, he put his hands on me and it ended up being a fade route. Perfect ball, and I get this catch, getting the first down. And on 3rd and goal, we end up having a misconnection. I'm running a slant. I tried to stop in the middle of the zones to catch this touchdown, but our timing just wasn't on that play. But on this play, our timing was for sure on. I ended up running a C route. He threw this thing up to me, believing I was going to come down with it, and I did. These are the type of plays I want to be able to make. Just give me that ball, just throw it up. I'm going to come down with it. We're dominating in this bowl game right now, having a pretty good game, and we running this ball in, extending this lead. We're dominating them boys right now. And so in this bowl game, we went 24-10. Pretty good game all around. And that boy Polk ended up going crazy. I ain't had the game I wanted, but 5 catches, 80 yards. Hopefully that's good enough. But that was indeed my last game on this team. And me and my boy Polk, we ended up going crazy. Almost had identical receiving yards, but I ended up having 13 touchdowns. And as much as I love playing with my boy Jay Sean Polk, my mind is already made up. I'm entering the transfer portal. And the team I decided to transfer to for my sophomore season is after my freshman season with San Diego State. Feel like it's time for me to go. I mean, I really don't like the current situation I'm in, as I know the quarterback that we got will still be the quarterback going into my sophomore season. I really don't want that. And even though I didn't have as good a season as I wanted, only getting about 800 yards, I mean, my freshman season was really just to put myself back on the map and show these bigger schools I could still ball like I did my junior year in high school. Well, I did indeed end up putting myself back on the map. And even though my season wasn't amazing, I showed a lot of sparks of greatness in that year. And I guess the sparks that I shown were good enough. As Ohio State, my dream school, the school I wanted to go to coming out of high school, offered me a scholarship to transfer. And man, when I tell y'all, I was so happy that this ended up happening. Because after the injuries I ended up having in my junior year of high school, people thought that I was probably going to fall off and not end up at a big school in college. But I'm here now at my dream school. But the thing is, I'll be starting all the way in the back of the depth chart at receiver 6. And coach is already allowing me a chance to fight for this receiver 5 spot. And with this opportunity, there's no way I fail. I mean, in the offseason, I've been working hard on my speed, my agility, my route running, everything. Because these are things that just really weren't shown that much in my game last year. But I'm going to make sure the nation knows that I'm really that guy and that I can really become one of the best receivers in the nation again. And so, yeah, I end up winning this position battle. But it's going to be a lot more to go throughout the season. Because if I want playing time, I can't be sitting all the way back in the depth chart. I got to fight my way up there. And now, coming into the first game of the season, where we're playing against UCLA. Now, I already know, most likely, I'm not going to be able to play in this game. But being able to run out here on our home field in the first game of the season, it just hit different. And I just can't wait until it's my time to really shine on this team. And it's going to come soon. I'm going to make sure of it. We were actually dominating UCLA so bad that I ended up getting some playing time. You know, my first play on 3rd and 1, running the motion and stopping right in the middle of the field, getting my first catch as a Buckeye. And man, I couldn't explain how big of a catch this is to me. I mean, this is a team that I really want to go to. This has been my dream school since I was a kid. And now I'm here and I'm getting my first catch. I can't wait to go crazy on this team. But for now, since I'm not starting yet, I got to do whatever I got for now. And on 3rd and 7, I'm getting open across the field, getting my first touchdown as a Buckeye as well. And man, even though I was only able to play one drive, this win, man, felt good. And just looking at the difference between the QB stats off the first game from last year to this year. Last year, my quarterback had like 70 yards passing. Look at this. But man, with what time I had in the game, getting 2 catches for 20 yards and a touchdown, it's good business. With the second game of the season, being versus Ohio, I feel like this is the team that we could blow out just like we did last game. And I might be able to get in at the end again. But unfortunately, this time, even though we was up by like 40 points the entire time, I ain't get to touch the field at all. I was watching the game from the sidelines the entire time, which kind of hurt a little bit, but I know eventually I'll be able to get back in the game and I'll be able to prove my worth. And well, that time where I'll be able to prove my worth will come in this game against Texas. Crazy enough, because the receiver that was in front of me, he's having a lot of trouble with his academics. So coach ended up moving me up to the receiver 3 spot. But not only that, but he just really wasn't producing that well. And just from the little bit that coach saw from me in that one game I had, he moved me up in the depth chart. And with this opportunity, I got to go crazy. There's no way I'm going to let this fall right through my hand. And in this game versus Texas, they're not having a good game at all offensively. We're up 27-10, going crazy. We back in the red zone too. And now, running the speed option, our QB, Julian Sane, decided to keep it for himself and take it in there. End up taking the hit, but got that touchdown though. This game's over. As in the first game where I was able to actually start in, we ended up winning. And I produced 3 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown. So I ain't out there just running around. And at this point, life is moving by a lot faster than I thought it would. Because now, heading into this big game versus Penn State, coach let me know that he's going to give me even more minutes than I had last week. Because he sees that I'm just getting better every single week. And the more minutes I get, the better I'm going to get. The more I'm going to be able to produce. And with me getting more minutes, I can't let my coach's decision go bad at all. I gotta come out here and ball as hard as I can. And for me to ball, me and my quarterback, Julian Sam, we're gonna have to be on the same terms. We got to be locked in. If it's one thing I really want my coach to see out of me, is the fact that I'm the best blocking receiver in the nation. I mean, I'm just pancaking cornerbacks, giving my running back easy lanes to run through. And now we're running the RPO on 2nd and goal. I end up being open, but he still decided to hand the ball off, and we are losing yards. We could have had that touchdown. I could have had that touchdown. So far, it's just been a Penn State versus Ohio State defensive game. It's just 3-3, and nothing's really been happening. And I mean, other than that time when I probably could have had that touchdown with the RPO, we really haven't been back in the red zone. But it's looked like we might get back in there. After this drag route, I took this thing all the way to about the 30. Now, this play right here kind of scared me, because coming from the team I was on last year with the quarterback I had and all the picks he ended up throwing, this one right here from Julian, I don't understand why he threw it. Could have threw the ball out of bounds, but instead he gave that ball right to Penn State, and they ended up scoring off of it. But with 1 minute left in the second quarter, I'm blowing right past this DB. I mean, he might be their best DB, but that ain't mean nothing to me. I'm hungry and I'm gonna get what I want, getting past him, getting this big game. But then again, just another PTSD moment. Julian throws another terrible pass, trying to get that out route, just forced it in. Luckily, the dude ran out of bounds after catching the pick, but man, we can't be having this. He had such a good first 2 games, but now I don't know what's going on with him. But luckily, our defense is really locking up. It's second half now, only 10-3, and every time we run this play right here, we pick up big gains, and it's mainly because of me getting that nasty spin, picking up more yards, getting to the 42. And now we're finally back in the red zone on 3rd and 8 with an opportunity to tie the game up. He scrambles up into the pocket. I'm right there. He could have gave me the ball, but instead just threw it out of bounds. And now at this point, that's 2 touchdowns I'm missing out on because Julian ain't want to give me the ball. But I mean, I'm still racking up these yards though. But man, when I tell y'all, this Penn State defense is just amazing, especially coming from San Diego State in the Mountain West Conference. And even though we're having a tough time trying to get into the end zone, Penn State is too. So it's only 13-9, and we got a chance here. But just look at Julian is just turning this ball over and over again. I tried to make that tackle to stop the touchdown, but he just threw me off of him and took it all the way to the end zone. I mean, this is just crazy. Our offense cannot stay this way if we want to be able to win this season against good teams. And the turnovers did not end there because we still got another chance with a minute left, only down 5 points. And bro fumbled again. So now it's really over. We really just lost. We had multiple chances. I mean, too many chances in this game, and we still lost. But if it's one thing I did in this game is I showed that I can be that guy on this team. Receiver 1, receiver 2, it don't matter. I'm gonna ball. So even though we lost, at least coach's decision to move me up in the depth chart is looking like a good decision. But even though I ended up going crazy that game, we still lost. And our quarterback just didn't have a good time out there on the field. And that just can't be the case for the rest of the year. We got to change something. So even though I'm the newest guy on this team, I felt like it was smart for us, all our offense, to just, get together so that we could really build some type of chemistry. Because it wasn't only our quarterback's fault. It was also the O-line. They was allowing that Penn State dude to really get through and hit our quarterback almost every play. It was crazy. And we really can't have that happening for the rest of the season. We don't want our starting quarterback to get hurt. I mean, even though he didn't have that good of a year, we know that he has the talent to really take us to where we need to go. And me personally, I made sure I had a conversation with my starting quarterback, Julian. And I had to let him know that with the mindset I'm coming with this year, if you were ever in trouble, just throw that ball up to me. I'm going to get it. I mean, I even let my whole team know I'm not here just to be a great receiver. I'm here to try to become the greatest Ohio State receiver of all time. And if that means winning the Biletnikoff, winning the Heisman, breaking records, I'm going to do that. But of course, over all things, we need to win games, and that's what I'm here to do. RPO, I'm on a slant. He's throwing that ball to me this time, and I'm getting this big play, getting us to 3rd and 7. Now, I don't know if this play was on me or on Julian. I was supposed to run kind of like a post and then stop, but I guess I didn't stop late enough. I think I might have stopped a little bit too early. I'll put that one on me. But our defense was able to just allow only 3 points, which means if we score here, we'll end up taking the lead with an extra point, crossing route. And I'm picking up this huge game, breaking a tackle, breaking another one, and finally getting taken down. Now to win the red zone, we have to score here, running the post right. He's getting that right to me, and I'm catching that ball going down. 1st and goal. And now on 2nd and goal, running the RPO, he ended up throwing the ball to me, and I end up getting tackled. I got to be able to break that. After that play, I ended up getting taken out, and we ended up getting 3, but we ended up getting another stop, getting back into the red zone thanks to the defense, and we run this thing in for the touchdown to take the lead. And they was not able to score back. We ended up winning by 4 points, a very close contested game. I feel like we should have won by more than this though. But all I know is I went crazy myself. 13 catches, 159 yards, and a touchdown. Like in the games I was able to start in, I've been going crazy. I just gotta make sure I keep up this production throughout the season. And well, it looks like coach believes that I need to go ahead and take that next step on this team, giving me an opportunity to fight for the receiver one spot. I mean, with the games I got under my belt already, I feel like I already should be the receiver one, but I guess nothing comes easy in life. And with the receiver one currently being Brandon Ennis, this is definitely not going to be an easy one, but I know I definitely come out on top. And well, 2 out of 3 drills already, and I've been dominating in this thing. And it seems like after every single rep, looking at coach, he's just nodding his head. And after seeing that, I know I got this in the bag. I mean, especially with how good I've been playing. And so, with no questions asked, I become the receiver one on this team finally. I'm gonna be honest, this ended up happening way sooner than I thought it was gonna happen when I joined this team. But now I'm here. It's time to ball out. In the game, I here against UConn, and we're at home. And in my first target as a receiver one, he overthrew me. And so we end up having to take just 3 points on that last drive. But it's fine though. After locking UConn up again, I would finally get my first catch as a receiver one. Juking to the outside, picking up this huge gain, almost getting into the end zone. I was taking out the game for the rest of that drive. We ended up scoring a touchdown and scored again on the next drive. But I'm back out here in the red zone. And this time, I'm the one getting into the end zone. Now, I know I really haven't showed too much here in college, but if it's one thing I've shown, is that pressing me is just not the right decision to make. I mean, he didn't even really press me. It might have just been terrible defense, but nonetheless, big play streak touchdown. And man, y'all know we were supposed to do this to UConn, but man, 38-0 right now, and it's not even the fourth quarter yet. This is crazy work. We ended up putting up 62 points on them boys. Just went crazy. And I went crazy. 6 catches, 201 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And with that performance, I went Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week for my first time. And crazy enough, I didn't win the National Player of the Week. I wonder who did. In the game against rank 11 Rutgers, and we're not really starting this game off how we thought we would. After defense played great, locked them up. It's 3rd and 31, and my quarterback decided to throw this ball deep down the field. Ended up being 2 people around me, couldn't make that catch. Just off that last pass he threw me, I like that he got that trust in me. I mean, I'm 6'5", as coming into my sophomore season, I ended up growing an inch, and I put on more muscle. So just throw that thing up, I'm gonna get it. Well, most of the time. Here on 2nd and goal, he told me to run the fade route. I wanted this DB to be there so bad so I could dunk on him, but instead, bro just got burned. Touchdown. They end up getting 3 points, and after getting back into the red zone, a DT ended up getting free, sacking our quarterback, making him fumble the ball on his way down, and they recovered it. But they ain't do nothing with the ball. Our defense is all over them. I'm getting past this DB, picking up this big first down. I'm going crazy. But as for the rest of this drive we end up having, we was not going crazy. He tried to fit this in, but that safety made a great play, forcing incompletion. And so now, in the 3rd quarter, we're having a tied game against a team that I feel like we shouldn't even be in a close competition with. And maybe that's why the game is going the way it was going right now. Because we thought that coming into this game it was going to be a lot easier than it is. Even though they are a ranked team, we feel like we should be dominating this game, but we're not so far. But hold up though, let's take a little minute to see all the stickers I got on my helmet from balling out so far this season. I'm going crazy. It's the beginning of the 4th quarter, and on 3rd and 10, we really need this first down because Rutgers really shouldn't be in this game. I'm the one getting this slant, and I'm taking this thing to the crib. I'm not that fast, but I'm still making it in. But Rutgers never backed down. It's 17-24 with a minute left in the game. They've been staying in it. But lucky for us, with us having the ball with a minute left and already being up 7 points, this game was over. And this time, it actually wasn't me leading the team. It was that boy Brandon Ennis, the guy I beat for the #1 spot. We both went crazy. After week 7, it's pretty clear to me that I'm clearly the receiver one on this team. I mean, I missed a couple games this year because I wasn't in the starting lineup. And I'm #1 in receiving yards and touchdowns already. Balling out. And I'm finna continue to ball out throughout this season. It's the 8th game of the year, and we're playing against Washington. They're starting off with a touchdown, and I'm picking up this big game. We done made our way down the field even further. Now here on 32, basically running the same play. Running the post route, getting open, and he's blocking for me. Perfect block, and I'm getting into the end zone. Tie game now. About 3 minutes left in the first half. And just look at us clearing out this lane for our running back to run right through there, pick up this long touchdown. And Washington not being able to score with the drive that they had, That might have been a huge mistake. Because we finna score again. This huge play became a touchdown. We taking a 2-score lead. And crazy enough, from then on, we just been dominating. The defense been locking up. We just been scoring. We're up 34-14 now in the third quarter. And to be honest, coming into this game, I thought that was going to be a lot more competitive. But just look at this. Look at the way I'm blocking for my boy, just pancaking anybody who comes into my way. Touchdown again. This game is over. Just what a game from us. Washington got destroyed. And coming into this game against Wisconsin, we're looking to do exactly what we did last game in this game too. I'm clearing out this whole lane for my receiver to get this big game. And now I'm first and goal, running the fade route. This dude ended up running away from me. I guess he didn't want to get head top. Thanks for the easy touchdown though. After defense ended up getting a stop, it's not our ball. But they've been playing some good defense on this drive. It's 3rd and 12. I'm beating my man to the inside on this end route, picking up this big first down, getting pushed forward for even more yards. On 1st and 10, I'm running across, and I was basically kind of open if he threw it a little bit underneath. But a wide open guy across the middle of the field, perfect pass. Though, after taking a big sack and not really being able to move the ball here in the red zone, it was 3rd and goal, and now it's 4th and goal. We got to settle for the field goal. We're just dominating in this game, locking up, and we're scoring on offense. On 3rd and goal, this dude's pressing me. And I'm running the fade route. And I needed this one. I told that man, Julian, just throw that thing up, I'm going to get it. And I came down with that ball. Tud. And so we are dominating this game like I said we would, just like we did against Washington. Up 24-3. Bro is pressing me. I don't think he knows. Yeah, I don't care about none of that. A perfect pass to the outside right before that safety could make a play on it by that man, Julian. And I'm taking this thing all the way to the end zone. Came out here at their crib and completely just dominated. And man, the season I'm having, just going crazy. 5 catches, 107 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm a touchdown machine. We got Minnesota this week, and this drive really hasn't been going as we thought it would. It's 3rd and 11, and we end up having the craziest play of the year. I end up throwing a lob to my teammate, basically. He took that thing to the end zone. Like, what a play. Just what a play. Up 14-7, about 3 minutes left in the first half, and on 2nd and 8, I'm running the corner route. He threw this ball up to me, and I came down with a nasty head top for the touchdown. And after that touchdown, that crazy touchdown, that was all the momentum we needed to completely take over this game and start dominating. We're up 34-7, and I'm taking this thing a huge play from the 4 for this touchdown. And man, we're just on a streak of completely dominating games. This is ridiculous. And I end this game with 4 catches, 128 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And with us playing 5-5 Purdue this week, we're looking to do it again. But off the rip, he's trying to throw me this ball in a post route, but that safety completely read that play and picked it off. And because of that, they got the lead on 2nd and 9, running the post route again. This time I'm making this catch while taking contact. We done made our way all the way to the 3-yard line. And on 3rd and 1, I really wish he would have just threw this ball to me, but instead, it's 4th and inches now. But that wouldn't matter anymore because now we find ourselves up 17-7 as our defense really been doing like all of the work. Because on offense, this is what we doing. And because of how mid our offense been playing in this first half, it's a 3-point game. And on 3rd and 6, an incomplete pass, and it's 4th down. After having a streak of games that we've been having, we shouldn't really be in the game like this. I mean, eventually we'll probably find something. Here, we're finding me for this touchdown. Purdue is really staying in this game. It's the 3rd quarter, about 2 minutes left, and we're only up 3 points. He's throwing this a great pass for the first down, making it 1st and goal. And on 1st and goal, running the jet sweep, something I normally didn't really get to get, especially in San Diego State. And I almost had this touchdown, but just one person wasn't blocked. But, of course, we still end up scoring on that drive. And after defense got the stop, we now got a chance to make this game a lot harder for Purdue, as we'll make our way up the field easily. And then that boy Julian threw this dot to the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Now somehow they found their way back into the game. They got us 3rd and 12, only up 7 points. But I'll go ahead and end all their hopes and dreams of winning this game with this big touchdown. And man, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't expect Purdue to come in here and do as much as they did. But if it's one thing I was expecting, is the fact that they would not be able to guard me. It's game 12 now, the last game, the final game of the regular season before we get into the conference championship and the college football playoff. We're playing against Michigan. A huge rivalry game, one that I've been waiting for all season, and I'm sure they was waiting on this too. This is just that type of matchup that you gotta have circled on your calendar. We just gotta make sure that as a team, we are mentally and physically ready for this game. And I mean, especially with this game being at Michigan, it's probably gonna be a lot tougher than we expect it to be. Though Michigan isn't having the year that we would have thought they would be having coming into this game. I mean, they're 7-4, we're 10-1. So yeah, just not what we expected. But if it's one thing you can always expect from a Michigan team is that their defense is gonna be good. We got down the field, but couldn't do nothing with it. And just based off of how good their defense is and their record, it might be their offense the reason why they're not having as good a season as they should be. And if that's the reason, that's perfect. Because then that's just gonna give us the little edge that we need, because we gonna score. They're on 1st and 10 with about 2 minutes left in the first half. I realized this cornerback dropped down, so I had to put my hand in the air and make sure that he knew that I was open. And this time, instead of being in zone coverage, he's man pressed against me. And y'all know how that goes. Blowing right past him for the easy touchdown. Don't press me. It's the second half now, and the game got a lot closer. 17-10 now, and Julian's running the QB option, almost getting to the first down, getting tackled just inches short. And on 3rd inches, I'm on a fade route, but he ended up finding our tight end open for the touchdown. We currently have a 7-point lead with less than 2 minutes left in this game. We're trying to run this ball, trying to pick up as many yards as we can. Because at this point, the smartest thing we could possibly do is try to waste as much time as we can. They got no more timeouts left. And we just waste all this time, kick a field goal, we'll be up by 2 scores. And our plan ended up working. We kicked that field goal, they scored a touchdown, but could not get that ball back on the onside kick. And this ended up being one of those games I didn't reach 100 yards, but still, 6 catches, 99, and 2 touchdowns, still a good game. But we're going to have to make sure that we have a better game than we played when we played against Michigan. Because we're in the conference championship now, and we're playing against Penn State. And this is a school that is the only reason why we have 1 loss on our record. They're the only team that beat us this season. We can't let them beat us twice. Now I know, me personally, I'm gonna go crazy in every single game. It's gonna be about if we could do it as a team, if we could really stick together and win. We made our way past the 50. We're now in enemy territory, and on 2nd and 9, that DT killed that lineman and ended up getting a sack. And then, just to make things a little bit worse, on 3rd and 18, held the ball for too long. Took another sack, 4th and 24. Luckily for us though, our defense went out there and got a stop too. And it's 3rd and 8 now, and I'm stopping right in the middle of their zone, picking up this first down. We made our way all the way into the red zone. On 3rd and goal, touchdown. And after defense created a turnover, already putting us in scoring range, 1st and 10, and that boy Julian finds another guy for another touchdown, taking a 2-score lead on them boys. Penn State scored this time, and with less than 1 minute and 40 seconds left, we can for sure score another touchdown. Running the play action, that boy Julian ended up throwing an interception. But our defense ended up locking them up before half, and they got the ball starting off the second half, and they got locked up again. Running the end route, picking up this first down. We got to score here to extend this lead. While we was in the huddle, I let Julian know, let me get this jump ball opportunity. He gave it to me, but the DB made a great play on that ball, knocking it up in the air, and the safety came in for the interception. And luckily for me and my mistake, they did not end up scoring off of my mistake, but they locked us up on our next drive. And this time, they was able to score. And with 2 minutes left in this game, I got to do something. Killing him off the press and taking this for 6. And now it's starting to become a score back and forth thing. They scored, and this time, he's throwing it to the other side of the field. And it's a touchdown again. They scored once again. We're in the red zone at the 2-yard line. I told him to throw this fade ball again. This time I'm going to come down with it, and I did. And now Penn State has 32 seconds with 1 timeout left to try to get a touchdown. And they did. And in OT, they started off with offense, scored a touchdown, and us on offense ain't looking too good, taking a sack. But when you all the way backed up into a corner, ain't nobody else you would throw this ball to other than that man 1-7 for that touchdown. And now it's our turn to score first. 3rd and 5, and he's delivering this dot to the corner route to our tight end. He's making a great catch. I was taking out the game, but we end up scoring. And not only that, we got the 2-point conversion. But then, of course, they'll get it too. And now it's a 2-point conversion tug of war. They got theirs, and we got ours. And now it's our turn to get this 2-point conversion first. But Right before he was finna take a hit, almost threw an interception. We gotta hope they don't get there. But of course, they got that 2-point conversion and they defeat us, winning the Big Ten Conference Championship. But more than that, defeating us 2 times this season, our only losses. In a crazy game where I had 9 catches, 188 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and that man Ennis went crazy too. But even though we did not win the conference championship, I ended up winning the Best Receiver Award, or Blitnikoff. But not only that, because I did that, I get all these other honors. Now, after taking that devastating loss against Penn State, we gotta take our anger out against Jacksonville State. Man, I can't even explain the difference in between the energies that we had in the locker room from the streak that we had of crazy games versus losing to Penn State for the second time. Just knowing that they were the only loss that we had throughout the entire season, we was happy that we'll be able to play them again and get our get back, but it just didn't end up like that. But now it's the college football playoff, and we gotta make sure we lock in. Forget about what happened in the conference championship. We got to make sure we dominate in this game right here in front of us. And if I just had some more speed, I could have took this thing for 6. But I let Julian know, let me get this. I should have had it anyway. He threw this thing up to me, and I completely just head topped this boy. It's the second half now. We're about 10 points on 3rd and 8. I'm beating my man to the inside for this end route. He almost knocked it out, but I got strong hands. On 2nd and goal, I'm running another fade route. And for some reason, this DB ran away from me. I guess he didn't want the head top action. Touchdown. And so we did what we were supposed to do. Dominated this game. Well, I ended up having 8 catches, 128 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And after beating them, we got Kansas State. And looking at this bracket, Penn State's all the way at the bottom. So we'll have to play them in the national championship if we make it. Man, I want my get back so bad. But ain't able to make it to the national championship, we got 2 games to win. And first up, we got this Cotton Bowl game versus Kansas State. Now look, I can't really explain it, but last game, there were no nerves at all. I mean, it was a trash team, so we were supposed to beat them. But now in the second round in the Cotton Bowl playing Kansas State, an actual good team, yeah, I don't know what's going on. A little nerve. But it don't matter how I'm feeling. I got to be able to shake off them nerves and do what I do best in this game right here. And our running back is doing what he do best. But after getting past that 50-yard line, Kansas State's defense started to lock in for real. After getting a sack, they would get another sack, completely killing our quarterback back there. And that wasn't the end of us getting locked up. Our defense got that stop. But now we're getting locked up again. 3rd and 12, and he can't really find no one for the first down. It's 4th and 11. But once again, we get another stop. With a minute left, I'm running a streak route. For some reason, he decided to throw this. I end up getting bumped, and I don't know why it wasn't called, but there should have been something called. He bumped me. And now because the referee's blind, they get the ball. And that was just bad timing for us because they scored then, got the ball at half, and scored again, taking the lead. But now we got a chance to try to tie this game up, and we do. A dot from that man Julian. We're down 7 points right now, and if it's one thing I'm realizing in this game, is the fact that I really haven't been getting stats at all. I mean, other than that interception he threw, I really haven't got the ball after that. I don't know if he just lost trust in me or what. But even worse than that, our offense is even worse than it was before that picking up happening. And it's just like he's completely neglecting my side of the field, not even looking my way. And he ended up throwing an interception. But now in the 4th quarter with a minute and a half left, we're down 35-14, and it's looking like this is going to be the end of our season. He's throwing his deep bomb down the field for the touchdown, but all that is empty calories, empty stats. It don't mean nothing. And so we don't even get a chance to try to get our get back in Penn State. We was looking ahead of ourselves. Couldn't even get past Kansas State. And even worse than that, I ended this game with 3 catches and 32 yards. Obviously my worst game of the season. But lucky for us though, Penn State ended up losing to Clemson, and Clemson ended up going to the national championship to lose to USC. And even though we ended up losing to Kansas State in the Cotton Bowl, still had a very great season. And yeah, you would think that after losing like that in the Cotton Bowl, that I would probably want to lead this team. But like I said, this is my dream school, and I want to do as much as I possibly can with this team. I'm staying here for my next season for sure. Just going, have to work out some little things with my boy Julian in the offseason. Because then we'll for sure be ready for my junior year. After last season, losing the way we did in the Cotton Bowl versus Kansas State, I had to run it back with my team. There was just no way I was leaving this team. I don't care how we ended our season. And now look, last year, we had a great receiving core, but now it's even better. Brandon Ennis is receiver 3 now. I end up getting moved down to receiver 2, and that boy Cornell Tate is receiver 1. And if someone's able to take my spot as receiver 1 at the season I just had, it had to be nice. And this boy cold. We're heading into the first game of the season, and we're at home. You already know, if you've seen what happened last year, we're even more locked in this year than we ever was. And we got a certain team that we cannot wait to get our get back against. But they're not on our regular season schedule. We're at the hope that we could play them in the conference. But in able to even get there, we got to make sure that we have a season as good as we did last year. Actually better. And honestly, I feel like with this team we got this year, it's basically the same people, but just better. And not only that, but during the offseason, me and my QB Julian, we put in a lot of work and we ended up building a lot of chemistry. So that mistrust that he had in me in the last game of the season last year, that's not going to happen this time. Now last year, he had a very good season, and every once in a while though, he'll go on this streak of throwing interceptions. And he's throwing one here in our first game against Kent State, just not a good pass. And from then, they end up building a good amount of momentum. They now got the lead up 7 points, but I'm trying to do my best to make sure that their momentum don't go nowhere. But coming into the second half now, we're still down 7 points. I mean, our defense isn't really stopping them. And as for our offense, we're moving the ball. But on here, we weren't able to pick up this first down. Out route was a little bit too short. On 4th and 2, coach went to go for it. And it's RPO, I'm running a slant. But instead, I saw nobody was in front of me. So I decided to run straight up for the touchdown. Easy. Thanks to the defense causing the turnover, already putting us in the red zone in good scoring position. And now on 3rd and 3, he's hitting me on the end route and I'm picking up this first down. And then on 1st and goal, we came out here and ran an RPO and I'm on a bubble. End up being wide open. I'm taking this in for the easy touchdown. There go another one. Kent State is most definitely putting up a fight right now. It's a tie game in the 4th quarter. And this game is going to be all about who stops scoring first. And it's not going to be us. Or actually, it might end up being. After taking the sack, it's now 3rd and 16. But that boy Julian dropped back in the pocket, delivered this dot. And I mean, perfect ball placement. And like I said, it was whoever doesn't score first, and they didn't score after we scored, and now we're back here, running another bubble screen, and I'm getting into the end zone again. I'm going to tell y'all right now, last year, I wasn't able to play in every single game, if you remember. But this year, I'm playing every game. I'm going to break some touchdown records. I'm a touchdown machine. And man, they put up a pretty good fight, but just couldn't stay in the game at the end. And in my first game of my junior year, 13 catches, 163 yards, and 3 touchdowns, I'm him. It's really crazy the success I'm having right now, even at a big school playing against other big schools. Especially being that when I was in high school and got injured and then I ended up coming back from it, everybody thought I was mid. Everybody thought I wouldn't be good like I used to be, but I'm out here balling again. And I got to give most of the credit, obviously, to God first, but then my work ethic. I mean, I work hard every single week so I can make sure I play the best I possibly can. But not only am I putting in work on the field, I'm also putting in work in the weight room too. So now I'm a lot bigger than I was in my freshman year. Going into my sophomore season, I gained an inch. And now going into this year, I put on even more muscle. So just imagine as a DB, having to guard a 6'5", 230-pound wide receiver, this is just nasty. I'm a matchup nightmare. Because not only am I tall, but I've been working on my route running a lot. And my speed, I got a lot faster. And so at this point, ain't nobody that can guard me other than my quarterback not throwing me the ball. I'm currently down 7 points with 2 minutes left in this first half to get some points on the board. I'm getting this in route, picking up this first down. We done made our way all the way to the goal line. And you already know what time it is. I'm on a fade route. My boy threw this ball up to me and this DB was nowhere to be found. I wanted a head top, but he wasn't even there. Easy touchdown. Scoring before half was amazing because now we're in a great position as we get to start off with the ball here in the second half. Here on 2nd and 3, I end up doing a stopping type of route, catching this ball and taking this thing to the crib. Now this type of speed is something I know I did not have last year. I'm happy I got this now. Oregon responded, and now it's 3rd and 9 that they've been playing some good defense. And he ended up trusting me with this catch. Threw this ball deep down the field for the touchdown. Got my hands on it, but just couldn't come down with it. I got to be able to come down with stuff like that. Oregon ended up getting 3 points on their drive, and they've been locking us up like recently and ended up getting us a 3rd down, sacking our quarterback, picking that ball up after the fumble for the touchdown, extending their lead. This ain't good. They locking us up right now. We got to find something. And I mean, we just made our way down the field, but are we going to be able to score here? He's trying to force it in, and it's incomplete. We ended up settling for 3 points last drive. Locked them up, and now we're back in the red zone. We got a chance to tie this game up. Then, of course, he tried to force it into the middle, and that is intercepted. But even though it might have seemed like it was game over, we had 3 timeouts and the defense did their job again, so we still got a chance. But that chance is looking like it's just getting further and further away from us. After taking 1 sack, making it 2nd and 21, he's running backwards for even more yards. 3rd and 32 now. After picking up 12 yards to make it 4th and 20, we got one last shot. And he ended up trying to throw this into the seams, and that safety was all over. Intercepted the ball, ending the game. And so we ended up taking our first loss of the season way earlier than we thought we would. In the game where I went crazy with 10 catches, 176 yards, and 3 touchdowns, but we ain't win. And after losing that, going down crazy in the rankings, we got to make sure we win this game against Texas. And already we're making a good drive down the field, getting to the 1. Now with the 1 yard line on 1st and goal, trying to jet sweep out, but somebody did not get blocked at all. I threw him to the ground, but ended up losing more yards because of it. And man, it really seems like our red zone offense is just very mid this year. We can't get nothing working at all. We can't get nothing going. We're just lucky that we got one of the best defenses in the nation. Julian running the read option, and he ended up tricking everybody into thinking the running back had the ball. He picked up a big game. 3rd and 5, I'm running the post, and somebody else ended up crossing me, and I thought this ball was coming to me, but it was actually going to the other route, to the tight end, which actually ended up working to our benefit because my player ended up bumping into his, and yeah, he gained more yards off of it. It's 3rd and goal now. I'm running slant. This dude had me locked up, playing me to the inside completely, and Julian still threw this. I don't know why he did. He could have at least threw it a high ball. I would have probably caught it on him, but he threw it straight to him. Lucky for us, they only got 3 points off that drive. For some reason on this play, that dude ran away from me. Easy 1st down. We got just under 40 seconds left in the first half to try to make something happen, at least try to get a field goal. But Julian is going for the deep shot, going for it, being too greedy, and he ended up throwing an interception. And so now in the 3rd quarter, we're down by 7 points. And on 2nd and 10, he's throwing me the ball on the out route. I'm picking up this 1st down, fighting for more yards. We scored on that drive, and now we got the ball back here in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes and a half left in this game. Now, I don't know what Julian's problem is with running backwards whenever the pressure comes in. He's supposed to step up in the pocket and take the sack, but instead he's running back. And because of that, we ain't getting nothing on that drive, not even a field goal. And now we got the ball, and we could literally have a game-winning drive here, but instead he decides to throw an interception and already had him in the goal line, already in red zone. But somehow, we're in overtime. They did not get their field goal, so now we got a chance. They kicked the field goal in OT. We score and we win. And that's exactly what we did. On 2nd and goal, ran this ball outside zone type of running. That's in the end zone. Touchdown, game over. And to be honest, I don't know how this happened, but we won the game somehow. And this time, it wasn't me having a crazy game. And to be honest, I don't like me having games like this. I need more yards. I need more stats. And with this next game, being against Ball State, without a doubt, I'm going to get a lot of stats in this game. I mean, we're already starting off hot. Getting right past this DB. He's throwing this to the back of the end zone. Touchdown. After a penalty, it's now 1st and 18, but we picking all these yards back up off my post route for the 1st down. And then on the next play, this dude Julian threw one of the hottest dots you'll ever see, putting this ball right on the money. Bro almost swatted it down, but that's a touchdown. Dominating this game just as we should be, up 21-3. I asked for him to throw this ball up to me, and I ended up coming down with it. He swatted it, but I still came down with it. We're now in the 3rd quarter, and on 3rd and 4, getting past this dude, he threw it right to me as soon as I got off that release. We're in the red zone now, and it's 3rd and 6. I asked for him to just throw this ball up. Fade, and he threw it, but it was a little bit too far outside. I could not get my feet in for this catch, for the touchdown. But that just didn't matter because we ended up dominating this game just like how we should have. And after having that game with under 100 yards, I ain't never trying to have that type of game ever again. Now I'm playing against Nebraska this week, and they done scored already and played some good defense on us as we got the field, but I'm picking up all these yards back in the 1st and goal. And on 1st and goal, running a jet touch pass with great blocking. He's fighting to get into that end zone. After a turnover caused by the defense, we're already here basically in the red zone. I'm catching this ball, and now we're for sure in there, the 4-yard line. I end up getting sacked for some reason. Not only that, we end up getting stopped on the next drive. And now it's a tie game 10-10. I ended up being wide open on this play, but somebody else was too. I really wasn't expecting Nebraska to be in the game like this, but maybe coming into the 2nd half, we'll take off. As now in the 2nd half, we're up 7 points, and the dude ended up running away from me. I had a drag, but why would I do that if I have a wide open 1st down? And then on 1st and 10, running this inside zone. He's using his crazy speed to get into that end zone untouched. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. We're up 31-23, and my DB ended up running away from me again, and for some reason, he didn't throw it to me. Instead, I don't even know who was targeting. It went straight to the linebacker or DB or whoever. It went to their team. And so now it's a tie game when it really shouldn't be. On 2nd and 6, he got a post route over the middle, picking up this huge gain. And at the run that hasn't really been working, we tried to do this fade route on 3rd and goal. But it ended up being double teamed. They ain't want me to have a one-on-one. We took 3, and they took 3 as well. We got 2 minutes left. The best thing for us to do would be to try to burn the clock and then get a field goal at the end. But that's just not the way things end up ending up. Because when I got taken out the game after that play, we scored a touchdown and they did too. And so now we're in OT and it's not looking good because we end up getting stopped. And so, in the game where we should have been able to win, we take a loss. In OT, we just had too many turnovers in this game. Turnovers just in the wrong spot of the field too. And now at this point, we're already having the worst season that we did last year. We're starting off 3-2. And man, it just really feels like we're going downhill now. I don't know what happened, but something did, clearly. But as for me, don't matter what the team's doing, I'm going to be balling out. Every single game, I'm going to do what I need to do. But just something's telling me that Julian don't got his head in the game. I mean, why is he throwing passes like this? He already has 2 interceptions in this game. He needs to get his head in the game. This ain't good. Luckily, he's getting bailed out by our defense because they end up getting a stop on Iowa. And now back on offense, I'm blowing right past this cornerback. For him to throw an easy pass to me to score this easy touchdown. And now in the second half, Iowa got a field goal. But once again, this cornerback was pressed up on me. Shouldn't have been, because this is another touchdown, another big one at that. And so now with only a minute left in this game, we're up 11 points. And it's not even because of our quarterback. It's because our defense has been locking up. And it's like, we got the win, but I don't like the way we got it. I mean, I went crazy still though, 6 catches, 195 yards and 3 touchdowns, but man, Julian needs to get his head in the game. And yeah, you might say stop complaining because I'm getting my stats, but at the same time, my stats are really coming from me giving him easy passes. Like literally in that last game, I think 2 of my touchdowns were streak routes when I completely burnt the DB. All he had to do was throw that ball up and we had it. But when it came to him having to actually drop back in the pocket, make a decision, try to throw a dot, it just wasn't happening in that game against Iowa. And I don't know what he needs to find out, but he needs to find something else. Because we need him in this stretch of the season. Because with us already starting off with 2 losses, we can't lose any more games if we want to at least get to the conference championship. And as much as I want to guarantee the fact that I'm going to be able to beat every single DB over the top, it's most likely not going to happen every time. But it happens here, and I took this thing for 6. After a stop from the defense, not even allowing them to get 3 points, I'm on a drag route. Catching this ball right under that zone, taking a hit. And then on 1st and goal, running this ball inside zone, diving in for the touchdown. They weren't able to score a touchdown again, but they did get 3 points to keep it a 1-score game. We done made our way back down the field, but on this play action on 3rd and 4, he'll take a sack. But lucky for us, our defense once again locks up, bails us out. And here on this play, I was wide open for the touchdown, but he didn't see me. Wow, that's crazy. But I ain't even gonna worry about that. It don't matter, because we came out this game with the win. That's all that really matters, I guess. And I still had 11 catches, 160 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But just imagine if I had that catch at the end. Imagine what my stats would have been. We're 7 games through the season, and the stats I've been putting up are just crazy. So crazy that I'm number 4 in the Heisman race. But even though I'm having a crazy year, we're having not as good of a year as we should be. 5-2 and 2-2 in the conference. And at this rate, we're not even gonna make it to the conference championship. We can't lose no more games this season. And since we ain't got no room to lose any more games this season, we're going to need everybody to lock in, especially Julian, because I feel like he's been the main one having problems. As literally our offense doesn't look bad. It's just the fact that we get the turnovers that we get, the interceptions. They're just not good. We're down 7-3 right now, but here on 1st and 10, we ran the RPO with a screen, and I'm the one blocking. I'm clearing this lane out for my guy, blocking 2 people to the ground for the 1st down, big play. I'll never understand why DBs decide to get close to me and even try to touch me. I get past them every time. And then here on 1st and goal, I humiliate this cornerback completely. One of my craziest head tops of my career, and it was a pass interference on him too. Crazy work. And after that head top, it just felt like the entire momentum was all the way on our side. I mean, especially with us being at home, stuff got crazy. And the first half was the closest the game would even get. Cause we would end up winning this game 37-13. They just couldn't move the ball and our offense was moving down the field smoothly. Though it wasn't me doing all the work this time. We got USC this week, and we starting off with a bang. After stopping them in their first drive, this dude Carnell Tate down the field just completely destroyed his defender and picked up this huge touchdown. They got 3 points, and on this play, their defense was just like completely mismatched. I don't know what was going on, but I ended up being wide open. And we're having a pretty good drive up until here on 2nd and 8. Well, I ran a curl route. For some reason, I don't know what he thought he was seeing, but I wasn't open at all. That guy was right in front of me, standing in the zone. And just to make matters even worse, this went for 6. And not only that, he ended up mocking Carnell Tate's celebration. And after that type of disrespect, we cannot lose this game. I mean, we don't have room to lose this game anyways, but we definitely can't lose it now. A huge jet touch pass play, getting us all the way to about the 16. And on 3rd and goal, I had an end route, but this DB ended up running away from me, giving me the easy touchdown. I guess I'll take it. USC got a field goal, but left us with enough time to get back down the field to pick up some more points. And it's a good thing we end up getting that 3, because now we end up getting the ball in the 2nd half. On 3rd and 5, he threw this ball perfectly. Bro almost swatted it down, but I ended up getting this catch and took this thing to the crib. But after that touchdown, we were getting locked up. Couldn't really move the ball, and now it's a tied game in the 4th quarter with a minute left. And with 40 seconds left on the game clock, on 3rd and goal, run this ball in. They do got enough time to get back down the field and score 2 though, but with no timeouts, can they do it? And the answer to that question is no. With the season I'm having so far, there's no way I don't set some records by the end of the season. I will. We got a 4-5 Illinois this game. There's no way this game is even close at all at the end of the game. We finna beat them boys to a pulp. And I ain't kidding. We coming out guns blazing. The defense locking up, offense is moving easily. DB is way too close to me. And y'all know what happens to DBs that play up too close. I get right past them easily for the easy touchdown. 2nd half now, and once again, he's all over me. You cannot press me. I'm throwing him off easily, and it's another big play touchdown, another easy one. And so, yeah, man, like I said, we was going to beat them to a pulp, and we did. Just unfair matchup. And I went so crazy in this game, I won Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week, putting up 7 catches, 200 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Northwestern this week, and it's just another one of those teams that we just got to do bad, just like we did against Illinois. And well, so far in the 1st quarter, we didn't do anything. And now in the 2nd quarter, we got to make sure we find something, because ain't no way this is going to be a close game. Haven't really found nothing on offense all day. But here on 3rd and 16, finally hitting the slot, and he took that thing all the way to the end zone. Crazy speed. And that one touchdown, that first touchdown, was the only touchdown we needed to go ahead and start building that momentum here at home. Now we scoring every single time. Up 21-3, and now it's my turn to score. Fade route. He played it way too far to the inside. Got that sideline grab, touchdown. And yeah, another team to just blow out. And in this game, it was really more spread out. Only 76 yards from me. It's really crazy how crazy we're going right now. I'm number 2 in the Heisman race, and our running back James Peoples is 4th. Both having crazy years. And we got to make sure we end off this regular season the right way. It's the last game of the regular season, and it's the big matchup. Michigan versus Ohio State. It's going to be a crazy one for sure. Now, we already got too many losses, in-conference losses, for us to lose this one. We can't lose this one. We got to win. And I'm going to do my best to make sure we win. They end up getting a touchdown, keeping it a 3-point lead with less than 2 minutes left in the 1st half. I'm running the streak, and he ended up throwing it up to me. And in my mind, I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted. But the DB made an amazing play on the ball. And not only that, he threw me to the ground after that and took it all the way into our territory. But too bad for him, because they did nothing with that pick he just caught. And now, in the 2nd half, on 3rd and 2, I'm blowing past this other guy easily, and I'm getting my touchdown. Michigan only ended up getting 3 points. We're back here on their side of the field. He's throwing this ball up to me, and I'm head topping him this time. He ain't catching this pick. Now after that, they end up scoring a touchdown. But when we got on offense, it just seemed like this was a different defense, because they was locking up, and I couldn't even come down with this. I don't know what's going on, but it's pretty obvious that the whole momentum has swung their way. They scored again, and they locked us up once again. I don't know what switched in this game and just completely changed the momentum, but we can feel it, and it's not good. We're down 3 points. It's 4th and 10. We really need to pick this up or the game's over. And what he chooses to do is throw it into triple coverage. And so at this point, losing our 3rd conference game of the year to Michigan especially, we for sure not going to be in the conference championship. And yeah, I went crazy with 3 catches, 102 yards, and 3 touchdowns, but we lost this game. But all we could do right now is just get ready for the playoffs. But first, we can see what awards I ended up winning. Somehow, didn't get the Biletnikoff. I understand not getting the Heisman, but I ain't even get Best Receiver award. And I guess at least I got all these other honors though. And so yeah, like I said, we came 3rd in the conference. Purdue and Oregon playing the conference championship. And they both only had 1 conference loss anyway, so we wouldn't go make it even if we did beat Michigan. And as for where I ended up in the Heisman race, I was 5th. And crazy enough, even with the crazy stats I put up this year, got 2nd in the Best Receiver award. But now, I need to not worry about none of the other stuff. It's time for the college football playoff. And in the first round, we play Oklahoma. Now look, if you remember what happened last time and the reason why our season ended up ending in the playoff, it was because of Kansas State. If we beat Oklahoma, we can get our get back against them. So that's all the motivation we need. Oklahoma was the only team to score in the first quarter, but starting off the second quarter, we already getting his touchdown. He ran away from me for some reason. I'll take the easy touchdown. Back out here on the field on their side of the field, and their defense got real disoriented, and I ended up being wide open again for another touchdown. It's less than 2 minutes left now in the first half, and on 1st and 10 running the play action, this dude tried to throw the ball to the outside receiver, tried to lead it in a little bit, but that's intercepted. And with that interception, they end up scoring a touchdown. But with less than 30 seconds left on the clock, he's just throwing his jump ball to me. He know I'm going to come down with it, and I did. Touchdown. And that's 3 touchdowns already just in the first half. I'm going crazy. Now it's the second half, and it's a tied game. We're running this ball on 1st and 10. Amazing blocking from us receivers for him to get in that touchdown easily, untouched. Oklahoma's offense has been scoring, but we've been scoring too. They haven't been able to stop us. We haven't been able to really stop them, but they had a drive where they weren't able to score, and that's why we're still up. And if we're able to score a touchdown here, this game is basically over. But on 3rd and goal, couldn't really get the touchdown. He ended up taking the check down, and we're settling for the field goal. And now somehow we end up missing the field goal to be up by 8 points. They scored a touchdown, got the 2-point conversion, but me, I'm not allowing it. Killing this dude off the release, and I'm going for the touchdown, taking the lead back. This could be a game winner. And it was indeed the game winner, as now we're heading on to the second round of the playoffs. And we get to play against Kansas State and get our get back for them ending our season last year. And with the run I'm on, getting 7 catches, 253 yards, and 5 touchdowns. This is my craziest game of the season of my career without a doubt. And in that game, I now have the record for the most touchdown catches in a single game for Ohio State Buckeye. And of course, I had to be awarded with the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week award and the National Offensive Player of the Week award. But now in the Fiesta Bowl, we get to get our get back against Kansas State. And even though we really want our get back against Penn State, I guess that's just not going to happen. But at least we can get some type of get back this year. And against the team that ended our season last year. And when I tell y'all in the locker room before this game, we was locked in. We want this win bad. And if we really want it, we can't play anywhere near the way we played last time we played these dudes. But I ain't gonna lie, the way we looking right now, we is not playing like we was before. We on a mission. Last time I ran the jet sweep, didn't go nowhere with it. But this time, amazing blocking. I'm getting to the end zone. Lockdown defense, getting a turnover, putting us already in scoring position. I'm beating this dude to the outside, getting another touchdown. Man, I don't know what's going on, but this ain't the same Kansas State that we played against last year. I ended up being wide open. That DB, I don't know what he was doing, but that's another touchdown. That's 3 in the first quarter. Kansas State done finally put some points on the board. But right now, with the way our offense is looking, it's not looking like we're finna slow down anytime soon. And I mean, it's the second quarter now with 2 minutes left. And we're up 31-7. They're not able to score, but we are. And we keep on doing it. And then just to extend this lead here on 1st and goal, throwing this fade ball, and I'm catching this ball, taking the hit, and still securing that touchdown. Still the first half, less than a minute left. We're up 38-7. Bro is pressing me, and obviously he hasn't watched any film throughout the season, getting past him easily. And this is a big play touchdown. I'm going crazy. And yeah, that game was over before halftime. Got taken out the game, but man, We dominated, got our get back, and this one felt good, felt amazing. And not only because we won, but also because I ended up having 10 catches, 194 yards, and another 5 touchdown game, which obviously was going to give me the Big Ten and the National Offensive Player of the Week award. And now that we finally gotten over that hurdle that we just couldn't get over last year, we're in the Rose Bowl, 1 game away from the national championship. And we're taking on the team with the nice jerseys, UNC. So far, it's been a real good game. We're up 10-7, and they played some good defense on this drive, getting us to 3rd and 6. And I felt like I had a step on this cornerback, but I don't think he put that ball in the right spot. And so they scored with that stop they ended up getting, and they would play good defense again on the next drive, another 3-0. And at this point in the game, we're not looking good. We're down 21-10, can't really move the ball at all. We need to find something out by the time the second half starts. UNC scored again, but with 2 seconds left in the second quarter, when we looked like we had our worst, I would break away a huge play that would give us a lot of momentum going into the second half. And that touchdown was very much needed because after that, we ended up getting balls starting off the second half and we finna score again. We're running a jet sweep here on 2nd and 4 and I ended up getting some pretty good blocks. I ended up running a little bit backwards just so I could pick up this first down, trucking the mess out of that DB, getting more yards. If it's one thing about me, it's the fact that nobody could guard me. Like I said, you put your hands on me, you play too close to me, that's gonna be easy blow-bys. I'm getting this touchdown. And since it's 28-23, we had to go for 2, and we ended up getting it. So now it's only a 3-point game. Man, when I tell y'all the touchdown I got before the second quarter ended was huge, because the momentum that we got now is insane, scoring another touchdown, and now we got the lead. Now it's UNC struggling. They cannot score on our defense right now. On 3rd and goal, we ended in a fake jet touch pass, handing off to the running back for the touchdown. We extending the lead now. UNC done finally found their offense again, started scoring again, but we're at 3 points right now, and I'm getting past the DB. He was way too close to me, and we're extending his lead again. And that last touchdown was the exact one we needed to win this game, and we are on to the national championship, as I would have my 3rd game in a row with 5 touchdowns. Just look at this stat line. And obviously, I'm getting both of these Offensive Player of the Week awards for the 3rd time in a row. But now, the game that we have been working for all season, all the hard work we done put in, all the pain, was all for this game right here. And we got Oregon in this game, another team from the Big Ten. So not only is this a conference rivalry game, it's the biggest game of the year. And with the run we on right now, we just gotta make sure we keep that momentum that we've been having these last couple games, and we can definitely come out with this one. This is the biggest stage of college football. And with the way I've been performing all year, I'm for sure ready for this. I'm already getting this huge play, picking up our first touchdown of the game off of 3rd and 15. After some great defense, we done made our way down the field, trying to extend our lead, but he forced us into double coverage, a terrible read, incomplete pass, and they get the ball back. And after that, they end up burning the clock, scoring a touchdown, getting the ball back in the 3rd, and scoring again, which is why now we're down 19-7. But just because the score look like the way it does right now, don't mean we don't still got a chance. That man Julian finds the guy in the slot for the touchdown. What a play. Oregon only got 3 points on their drive, which was perfect for us, but their defense done started to lock in a little bit, got a couple sacks in, got this incomplete pass. And at this point, it's really not looking good for us. We're down 29-14, and with 3 minutes and a half left, we really need big plays. And man, when I tell y'all, plays like this are things that we really don't need. It was 2nd and 17. He ended up running backwards, taking a sack, making it 3rd and 31. Sometimes you really just got to step up in the pocket and take the hit. And with the game being the way it is, it's 4th and 31, and we have to go for it. And at this point, you really need a big play. Everything's guarded. I'm even guarded, but that don't mean nothing because I'm going to go up and get that ball. But after that play, running that long, and then taking that big hit, I was taking out the game for the rest of that drive, and we did nothing with it. I wish coach would have kept me in the game. We probably would have scored. And so now it's really looking like this game is over with. We're down 29-14 with only about a minute left. And scoring this touchdown is cool and all, but yeah, we ain't getting this ball back. And so we lose the national championship to the Ducks, giving them their first national championship in their history. And it was literally just the small mistakes in this game that made us lose. And it ended up hurting even more when I saw my stat sheet. I went crazy, 5 catches, 168 yards and a touchdown, but just couldn't come out with the dub. And even though we ain't win, I still got both of these Offensive Player of the Week awards. That's cool, I guess. Well, even though we didn't win the national championship, I still put up an amazing season, a historic season at that. And I mean, literally, I ended up breaking the record for the most touchdown catches in a career, the most receiving yards in a single season, the most touchdown catches in a single season. And while I didn't get the most touchdowns in a single game, I got the most touchdowns in a single game as an Ohio State Buckeye. And now, with that being my junior season, I got the decision to make. Do I stay on this team? Do I enter the transfer portal? Or do I go to the NFL? And now look, this is a very tough decision to make because we didn't win the national championship and I'd like to go for another chance in my senior year. But at the same time, with the crazy season I just had, my draft stock is crazy right now. And if I enter the draft right now, I'm looking like the greatest wide receiver draft prospect of all time. But now, time is counting down. What will Jordan Brown do? After having a long time of thinking about my decision, do I want to go into the NFL after having such a great year in my junior season? Or do I want to stay here in college and go for another try to get to that national championship one more time? And when I started thinking about it even more, we just came off a year, we just lost to Michigan. I don't like losing to them. And I had such a good game. I had 3 touchdowns in that game. All of my catches ended up with touchdowns, crazy enough. And not only that, we made it to the national championship, but we lost to Oregon. And I'm not going to lie, after losing to Michigan and losing the national championship, I feel like I have to. For the OSU fans, I got to go back and try to give them another shot at winning this thing. I got to try to win this before I go to the NFL. And yeah, it might not be the best decision for me to make. I should definitely go to the NFL. I mean, look at the stats I had. 2,400 yards, almost 40 touchdowns. As a receiver, it's crazy. Like, broke a lot of records, but man, I gotta try again. My senior year, I gotta use my last year eligibility to try to win a national championship. And so, as y'all can see, I'm back. Season 4. And this season, I'm coming with a different type of energy. Kind of similar to my last year, but I'm going for even more. Because look, I had a great year last season, but I didn't win the Heisman. And that's what I want this year. And also, got to win that national championship. And with our first game, being against a team like Bowling Green, this is the perfect team for us to come out here and show what we really working with. Show how we gonna be for the season. I mean, we need to start this season off really well. Because last year, we didn't end off how I wanted to. Well, we're not starting this season off how I want to either. We're starting off already. That boy Julian Sand already throwing an interception. What are you doing? Now look, after having such a great season last season, my coach already knows, and he told me, he let me know that I'm going to be the number one, not even just being the number one receiver. I put my hand up and that ball is coming to me every single time. I just got to make sure that throughout this season, I stay consistent as that number one guy. Stay consistent and make sure that these NFL scouts know I'm that guy. And if I want to be that guy, plays like this can't happen. I beat him to the outside. That ball was honestly perfect, landed right in my hands, but guess what? Dropped the ball. This ain't normal. I don't drop balls like this at all. He tackled me and I dropped it. Can't do that for the rest of the season. We got to secure them catches. That's a touchdown. And so, because I'm the reason why we failed getting that last touchdown, we only end up getting 3 points. But Bowling Green couldn't score either. I end up getting this catch while getting tackled. Got to secure those catches every single time. Here on 1st and 10, getting it to the inside. No safety was in there to even help play it, getting that easy first down. Now, I don't know who this DB is over here guarding me, but he definitely wouldn't guard me. I don't even know if he was a zone or man. It looked like zone, and it wasn't a good one because I ended up being wide open for this easy touchdown, one of the easiest ones of my career. And really, you can't even blame that DB. You got to blame either that safety over the top or the defensive coordinator for drawing up that terrible play. And once again, it happened again. I mean, this time it looked like it was his fault, getting right past him, picking up another easy touchdown. That's 2 touchdowns already in this first half. I just feel like I had to go this crazy already, especially after dropping that catch that I did earlier. Can't do that. And even after throwing that interception, that boy Julian not looking that bad no more. It looks like we're having a pretty good connection, and I'm hoping we keep this throughout the season. But as soon as I start thinking that we looking good, he throws once again another interception. His second one of this first half. I got 2 touchdowns. He got 2 interceptions. And because of him, Bowling Green is in this game still. They shouldn't be in it. We should be blowing them out right now. But his bad decision making is keeping them in the game. Like, why? What in the world made you throw that pass and then nobody was able to catch him? Easy 6. But that's not where the dumb stuff ended. Here, I'm on like a screen type of play, and I was clearly guarded. I mean, there was nothing I could do about it. He still threw it. There was no reason to do that. That's his second pick six of the game, thrown. He got 3 picks already. This ain't looking too good right now. Now me, individually, I'm starting this season off amazing. I mean, already going crazy. And then look at this. Another play where I get an easy touchdown. Nobody over the top at all. The DB didn't even try to touch me at all. It's another touchdown. But because of our quarterback, they're in this game right now. As a team, not starting out the season how I want to. But me, I'm doing great, and I hit them with that gritty. I mean, I've been hanging around with that boy Malik Neighbors and all them boys just trying to get better on my game, trying to get prepared for the NFL. And because of them, you know, had to bust out another gritty. Fourth quarter, about 2 minutes left. It's 3rd and 5. We pick up this first down. This game is basically over with. You already know who this is going to. The #1 receiver in the nation. First down, this game is basically over. We're up 10 points. Should be over. But it looked like coach wanted to get me another touchdown. He put me on a fade route. And this DB, I'm telling y'all, he been barbecue chicken all game. Another touchdown for me. Starting off this season just how I wanted to. Going crazy. And even though as a team and my quarterback not really starting off that well, it's looking like I'm already making a strong push for that Heisman Award. And I want it. We end up winning this game 45-21 because of me, clearly. First game of the season, put up 10 catches, 272 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Like, yo, unguardable. And obviously, I was going to win both Offensive Player of the Week awards, Big Ten and National. Just went crazy. Expect a lot more of this throughout this season. But now, after playing against a team like that, we got USC. This is a way better team, a team with a lot more talent. And we're going to have to make sure we play a better game. And here, almost had this crazy grab. 2 people on me, and I still caught it, but they ended up replaying it. Official reviewed it. Not a touchdown, unfortunately. Sure did look crazy, though. And well, that would be the only good play of our drive, as they'll start locking this up a little bit. It's 3rd and 10 now, and they put me on the curl route. He didn't look my way at all. Ran to the right side. Took a sack. Now, like I said, I want to start this season off as good as we possibly can. Last game, I don't think we started off as good as we could have. I mean, me personally, start off amazing. But here, this is the game where we could really start off right. It's USC. We got to make sure that we do our thing and look wide open receiver for this big touchdown to go ahead and get the first points of this game. And this is actually a pretty weird game. This is 2 very high-powered offenses. I mean, through our first game, we both scored over like 30 points. And we should have really be having an offensive game. But these defenses are looking like they're going to take over the game. The winner of this is going to be whoever's offenses endures the defense the best, I guess. I mean, just look at us. We can't do nothing. But it ain't only us, though. They couldn't score either. And now we're actually on a pretty decent drive. I'm on this curl route, catching this ball, picking up this first down. We got to make sure that we score this time. Because maybe if they score, it might be too late for us. I'm picking up another first down. These dudes are not going to be able to guard me as long as Julian looks my way almost every single time. Because I'm telling him, I told him before this game, look at me every single time. But sometimes if they got multiple people around me, it's going to be a little bit hard for him, especially when they're sending blitzes at him. And we definitely been struggling as an offense as a whole. I mean, we're down 7 points right now. It's a minute and a half. We got to make sure we get down this field and score the touchdown to tie this game up. USC ended up making a huge mistake. One person guarded me, and that safety was way too far away from me, more to the middle. And I ended up getting this easy touchdown, which just tied the game up. Now we just need a defense to go ahead and get this stop, and we can go to OT. And so now we're in OT, and we get the ball first. We need to score here, and we do just that. That boy Julian finds Jaden Moore wide open through the seams for this touchdown. So they end up scoring 2, and on their turn, they only got a field goal. So now we just got to score a touchdown to win this game. As y'all can see, I beat him over the top. But I really don't think the quarterback threw this ball correctly. I mean, y'all let me know. I feel like if he throws that over his head, it's an easy touchdown. But we lose this game, unfortunately, in OT. And I really went crazy. Me and Jaden Moore did our thing. He had 3 touchdowns in this game, but we still lost. We just got to make sure we bounce back next game. But now look, though, I'm going to be honest. Trying to bounce back, having a bounce back game against Bama, it's going to be a pretty tough task to go ahead and try to do. But I did end up getting open on this crossing route, and unfortunately, I'm not fast enough to score this touchdown. I ended up getting caught. Still got that big play, though. Starting this game off right. Our offense is looking pretty good so far. I mean, we done drove down the field in under a minute so far. And then he ended up throwing his dot to the sideline for the touchdown to score the first points of the game. Great throw, Julian. And just to make it even better, they didn't score a touchdown, so all we got to do is score. But they do have us to 3rd and 6. Got that ball right to me. You already know who to throw the ball to. Anytime you need a first down, the security blanket is your boy Jordan Brown. Great blocking on his play. I'm running into my teammate. Could have picked up a lot more yards, unfortunately. But, hey, man, we still looking good on this drive. 2nd and 14, run the comeback route. You know who that thing is going to. We did fall 1 yard short, but we got me on this jet sweep. And I'm be honest, the blocking wasn't what I thought it was going to be. 2 people got out, ended up tackling me for -2 yards. And on 4th and 3, we probably should have kicked this field goal because it didn't work at all. Play action, nobody open. He forced this thing into the end zone, and guess what? It's incomplete. They get the ball. Waste of a drive. And then just to make it even worse, instead of us being up by 10 points, it's a tie game now. And here with about 40 seconds left, he threw this thing up, gave me a chance, and I couldn't even try to get that ball. Went right out of bounds. And then coach took me out the game on 3rd and 7. Now it's the 3rd quarter, and they done scored a touchdown. They take the lead now, and we got to make sure that we score on this drive, because if we don't, they got the momentum. And guess who is open? That man, Jaden Moore. He's been going crazy. He's been an amazing receiver, too, so far in the season. We got to keep this going, though. And defense end up getting a stop. This is our chance to get this lead back. I'm getting past him, getting to the inside, and he's forcing it into me, and somehow I'm making this catch. I mean, I'm telling y'all, I'm that guy. When it comes to having to make, like, crazy catches, in traffic type catches, you got to go to me. And it looked like he thought that he could throw anything to me because he didn't even realize what the play was. It wasn't a slant pass, my guy. I got to stop. I stopped, and guess what he did? He still threw the slant, and that's an interception on him. Not my fault. Y'all let me know, though. And due to that turnover, luckily our defense did not allow the touchdown, but they did end up allowing 3 points, and now we're down by 3. Picking up this first down, they got 1 defender guarding me. I'm not able to get past him, but still want this ball, though. And look at that. I didn't get this catch. It was a crazy pass, but unfortunately couldn't get a foot in. Literally, toes is the reason why I didn't score that touchdown, but we did make our way down the field, though. 2nd and 10, getting that thing to me. Like I said, I'm going to make those contested catches. It's 1st and goal now. We scored a touchdown, but they scored too. And unfortunately for us, with no time left, tried to give me a shot to go ahead and catch this ball, get us down the field, but couldn't do it. Couldn't make it happen, and we lose our 2nd game in a row. Could not get the bounce back game against Alabama. Gonna have to try again next week in the game where I went crazy still. Couldn't get into the end zone, but still had a pretty good game, though. And with this week being the bye week, this is the week that we got to take to really just think to ourselves, really just think about how we've been playing as a unit and do better for the rest of the season. Because this is my last year, and I ain't trying to go outside. But look, though, y'all, we done came off the bye week. We feeling refreshed, rejuvenized, whatever, all the other words and stuff. We got Minnesota this week. This is a game that we definitely should be able to win. And matter of fact, the way we feeling, we need to blow them out. Yeah, we at that crib, but that don't mean nothing. We're Ohio State, OSU. We got to do our thing. Luckily, even though we took 2-3 losses, whatever, we still ranked top 10. We got to make sure we play like that top 10 team this week. Got me through the middle, making this catch, taking the hit. Y'all know who I am. I'm not dropping no type of pass like that. And after making it down the field here on 3rd and 2, he took way too long to get me this ball. I mean, I was wide open for too long, but it's good, though. We are now at 2nd and goal. Going to the jet sweep. Last time we tried this, it didn't work out, but look at the blocks this time. I'm trying to get into that end zone, but they just barely take me up out of there. 3rd and goal, going for this fade ball, getting it to the outside, and he swats it away. Great defense by that DB. We end up scoring a touchdown after coach took me out the game, but Minnesota did too. And with a minute left here in this first half, I'm calling for this ball one-on-one with this dude, and I know I'm coming down with it. Y'all know it too. Getting that huge catch on that boy head top. It's the 3rd quarter now, and it's 10-10. This is not how I want it to be. I'm getting past this dude immediately. He cannot guard me. Easy touchdown. We got to make sure we blow these dudes out for the rest of the game. We got to make sure we play our best because we're not looking like OSU right now. We're not looking like how we want to be. But it's looking like we can gain a whole lot of momentum. I mean, after scoring that touchdown, we look pretty good. Defense got the stop, but now it's 3rd and 16. And when I thought I was open over the top for that touchdown, that boy made a crazy play. I mean, y'all, that was a crazy play he just made. He just took away my touchdown. Wow. But luckily, they did nothing with it. We're all the way here at the goal line on 2nd and goal. I'm going for this fade route. Let them in the dust. Touchdown, extend this lead. They did indeed score though, making it a 7-point game again with just less than 2 minutes left in this game. I'm not trying to be in this game right now, but look though, Julian Saint ended up fumbling the ball in the backfield and they get the ball. And so now it's looking like we might end up going to OT, which is ridiculous. I don't feel like we should be here, but unfortunately we might be. I end up making this crazy catch though. We calling a timeout, getting down the field. As long as we can try to somehow get a field goal, we're gonna be good. And we did indeed get a field goal. We won this game by 3 points. I understand Minnesota isn't a terrible team, but this ain't this ain't the way I want us to be playing. I mean, especially if we want to win that national championship, we got to make sure that by the time we get to the end of the season, that we're playing way better than we are right now, because we're not looking like we should be at all. I mean, me personally, I'm having an amazing season. So far in the Heisman rankings, I'm number 1, which is crazy. I might win it this year as long as I keep playing how I am. All right, so we're 2-2 right now. We got Northwestern. Clearly, this is a game that we should be able to destroy them in. I mean, this is also a game where I should be able to go crazy. I'm already starting off right. Being this dude to the outside, no safety over the top, or he was just way too slow to catch up to me. Easy touchdown to start this game off. Let's go. Defense got that stop, and now it's our turn to go ahead and extend this lead. You got me to the middle of the field. I'm open every single play. This is exactly how we should be doing right now. Let's go. Continue this drive and make sure we keep this up. And we're doing exactly that. Made our way all the way into the red zone. This 1st and goal, hiking that ball. And look, where is the DB at? I don't know. I thought I had this touchdown, but I guess I didn't. Coach decided to give me another chance, and Julian threw this ball perfectly. Burnt him. I mean, completely killed that DB. I don't know where he was going, but that's another touchdown for me. So far now, this game is going exactly how I planned. I already have 2 touchdowns in this game, and nobody's guarding me. That safety or DB or whatever he is just couldn't play me at all. And I've been working on my speed a good amount. Was able to get into that end zone untouched. Another touchdown. That's 3 in the first half. I'm going crazy. Like, no cap, this got to be one of the craziest first halves I ever, no, probably is the craziest first half I had in my college career, not including the playoffs. I think last year I might have had a game like this before, but look at this stat line in the first half, going crazy. Northwestern then finally put some points on the board, and it looked like Coach keeps on putting me on crossing routes, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm liking it because it's working every single time. I'm way too fast for whoever's guarding me. When to win this game 24-7, as I got taken out for the rest of the game. I mean, I had a good enough game to get out the game anyway. I mean, 6 catches, 220 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I'm on my Heisman run for real, y'all. And I'm looking to continue this Heisman run for real. I mean, we got Rice this game. Another team where I can really go crazy. I mean, I can go crazy against any team, but teams like this is where I could really go crazy. Made our way down the field here on our first drive, and on 3rd and 2, I don't know where he was going, but I could have had that touchdown, but couldn't get a foot in. Still here on 3rd and 2, tried to get this touchdown. Might have been a little bit too selfish, couldn't get the touchdown that time, but we get another opportunity after they end up getting a penalty, giving us another set of downs here on 3rd and goal. Another opportunity on this fade ball, and I'm catching it this time, keeping my feet in for this touchdown. And after getting a stop on their offense, we find ourselves back here in the red zone, but it is 3rd and 4. You know who to go to every single time. I'm here on the inside, catching this ball, trying to get into this end zone. Can't do it though. We're going to get in there though. Coach want me to get in that end zone so bad. He got me on this jet sweep. I get amazing blocking, cutting up the field into that end zone. Rice scored a touchdown. They trying to stay in this game, but it's still the first half, and I mean, we still got more damage to do. Look at me catching that ball, throwing that safety to the floor, and we end up getting more points on that drive. Here in the 3rd quarter, he ended up throwing this ball a little bit too far to the outside. I could not secure it, but we still looking good though. After getting another stop here in the 3rd quarter, we're still up 21-10. And I ended up getting open here on the outside. I had to go up a little bit. Playmaker myself because they was playing too low out there on the flats, picking up this big game. It's the 4th quarter. We're up 28-10. And I'm here on the flat route, throwing this ball up to me. Could not secure it, unfortunately. But my coach wanted me to win this Heisman so bad. He got me going for another fade route, but I just couldn't secure it. That DB played some great defense on me. I got to bring that ball down. Now, normally, Coach would take me out the game, but he knows how bad I want this Heisman Award. So he let me stay in. He knew I was going to torch the mess out of 25. I mean, I've been killing them all game. I don't know why he was that close to me, but hey, man, I appreciate the touchdown in my, my Heisman run. And of course, just as we should, destroying Rice 38-10 in the game where we're supposed to do this. It's just when we get to the better teams, we got to make sure we perform. I mean, I'm going to perform no matter what. I've been performing all season against any team. It really doesn't matter for me. It's about the rest of the team. How we going to do this? Now, I'm going to be honest. Here we're on a stretch of teams that just aren't ranked or not that good, especially compared to us. But I feel like this is a stretch of games that we really need to really build the confidence that we're going to need towards the end of this season, because we cannot be losing games like that. I mean, the 2 losses that we have are against the 2 ranked opponents that we played against. I'm sure. You feel me? We can't do that, though. So against these teams, we got to make sure we do our thing, and we can't do things like this. I mean, Julian is just going to have to make sure he makes smarter decisions, especially when we're playing against the way better teams, because the better teams aren't going to not score almost every single time. They're not going to give us more opportunities like these teams. We got to make sure we play better. And I'm be honest, so far in this first half, we're not playing that good. First quarter, we didn't even touch the end zone. I don't even think we got to the red zone, but finally we're getting to that side of the field. Purdue been playing some pretty good defense here, but we're going to have to open that defense up, you feel me, and make sure we score on this drive right here, because we can't be looking like we trash on offense, getting open on this out route, on this sideline, toe drag, swag, whatever, getting that first down. But just look at Purdue's defense. I don't know what it is, but they playing good defense here. And on 3rd and 6, I'm getting open on this crossing where I had to slow down a little bit, because if I didn't, that ball wouldn't be as good. I had to do that. But now we're here on 1st and goal, getting to the inside. He got a different guy on the other side, and y'all know who that is. That boy Jaden Moore, playing great this season. Let's go. It's now the second half, and we only have 7 points so far, which is actually really crazy when you think about it. But just look who's open again. Wide open, too fast, end zone, Jaden Moore. Every time. That boy is just fast. He might be the fastest player on the team. He's faster than me for sure. And now I guess this is when we finally start to blow them out. They still can't score no touchdowns. Only got 3 points. Jet sweep, got some great blocks, throwing him to the ground, finally getting taken down. It is now 3rd and 6, and y'all know who this ball is going to. The #1 receiver in the nation, Jordan Brown, 17, you feel me? And now 2nd and 7 after making our way down the field. Tried to force this thing in, but couldn't get it. If I could have got my hands on it, I would have secured it for sure. But now we got to make sure we get this first down here on 3rd and 7. He's getting that thing to Jaden Moore, and y'all know he picking that up. And we're going right back to the jet sweep here on 1st and goal. Great blocks, and I'm in that end zone for the rushing touchdown. With less than a minute left, you'd think I wouldn't be in the game, but coach wanted me to stay in. I don't know what this DB was doing, but he wasn't guarding me. I guess I'll take the easy touchdown to go ahead and lead the game, I guess. But man, what a game here against Purdue. Won this game 28-10. Wish it could have been better, to be honest with you, but still came out with the dub. That's all that matters. Had 7 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Y'all already know me, Jordan Brown. I go crazy every game. And we're about halfway through the season. If you look at my stats, 50 catches, almost 1,200 yards with 14 touchdowns already. Yo, I'm a touchdown machine. And I'm averaging more yards, more touchdowns per game than I was last season. So, yeah, I'm going crazy right now. And we're #2 in the nation right now. But the bad thing is we got 2 losses. And I think both of those were in-conference losses, which are really going to hurt when we try to get to that conference championship. But can't worry about the games that we lost so far. Got to make sure we win the rest of the games on our schedule. And for this game, we got Michigan State. They're not ranked. They're not really having that good of a season. So this should be a game that we can take advantage of. You know me, how crazy I've been going. I'm going to take advantage of anybody who's in front of me. It don't matter who it is. Whoever lines up in front of me is going to get killed. Every single game, it don't matter. I'm picking up this first down. We scoring this drive. And our run game really hasn't been that good throughout the season, so we haven't been using it. But here at the goal line, we used it, got that touchdown, scoring the first points of the game. There's one thing you most definitely got to recognize about my game and how I've been progressing throughout my career here in college is the fact that I have been turning into like an NFL talent. I started off just a 6'4" guy that could really just go up there. I didn't have no route running, wasn't really that fast after my injury in high school, but now I'm looking like a well-rounded wide receiver. I can do anything you need me to do. It don't matter. Look at me going up, grabbing this catch for the touchdown. What a grab. What a throw too. And I mean, just looking at the film differences from my first year to now, I mean, my route running releases, everything just so much better. It's crazy. I'm going to be a beast when I get to the NFL, no cap. We came in this game to dominate, and that's exactly what we're doing so far against Michigan State. We're up 21-0. The defense has been playing amazing. That boy Julian is really putting that ball on the money too. We're going to win this game 24-8. Did our thing. Did what we need to do. But not only that, y'all already know I dominated, as I do every single game. 9 catches, 156 yards, and 2 touchdowns. At this point, just routine. But now, after going through a streak of teams that weren't ranked, teams that we should beat, should dominate, we're now coming back into this stretch of games where we're going to have to play against some pretty tough opponents. We finally playing against another ranked team, and it's Nebraska. And off the rip, they showing that they not a team to just play around with. They're already winning this game 14-7, and I'm trying to do everything I possibly can. I'm getting open almost every single play, and as long as he sees me, I'm going to secure the catch and get the first down, do everything I possibly can for this team to try to win. We got about a minute left in this first half, and it's 2nd-18 after taking a big sack. And they've been sending the blitz at that boy Julian. He really cannot do anything about it, taking another sack. But now here in the third quarter, we got the ball, and we're only down by 4 points. I got amazing blocking by my guys to pick up this first down. And then we caught their defense completely off guard. Actually, I don't know what they was doing. This DB was kind of swapping to the other side mid-play. I guess I'll take this easy touchdown wide open. And with just less than a minute left in the third quarter, we get another opportunity, this time to extend the lead. I'm on a drag, but I decided to stop right in the middle right before I ran into any defenders, getting this catch for another touchdown. But man, somehow they found a way to come back in this game, and they're now up by 4 points. That man Jaden Moore had the opportunity to get us down the field and drop the ball. It was a great pass by our quarterback, but now we got to really get down the field. This time he's getting it to me. Y'all know I'm going to secure it in any big play type of situation. I told Julian to look my way every single time, and he did this time. I put my hand up in the air because I was wide open. That safety was not going to get to the outside to get me. Touchdown. We take the lead. But Nebraska would then go ahead and get a 3 field goal to tie the game up. And so now we're in OT. But still, it still seems like their game plan is not to double team me when clearly they should be. I'm getting into that end zone. But then again, they scored 2. And then they end up scoring on their turn as well. We got to make sure we score a touchdown here. And we do just that. Getting me the ball again for another touchdown. I'm unstoppable, unguardable. Can't guard me at all. And now, y'all know, because of new college rules, we got to keep on battling it out here in the 2-point conversion. Y'all already know going to me, I'm going to secure this catch, getting our first 2. They got their 2, and then got another 2 on their turn. But then on our turn, forced pass, incomplete. And we lose this game. And mind y'all, we got 3 losses. All 3 losses came from ranked teams. I don't think we beat a ranked team yet this season. Ridiculous. And as for me, I did my thing. I don't know what else I could have done possibly for this team for us to win that game, but we really need to tighten up. We can't beat a ranked team. Come on, man. We got to do better. And we're looking to do better here against Oregon. We're at that crib, though, so it's definitely going to be a very tough game, especially since we clearly can't beat ranked teams. But that's going to have to change because we're going to have to start beating these tougher teams. If we want to be able to make it to the playoffs, make it through the playoffs, get to the national championship, we ain't going to be able to if we keep losing. I'll tell y'all one thing, Coach most definitely was not happy at all for our last loss. We know and we understand that we haven't beat a ranked team yet, but he let us know for sure, because there's really no reason why we should be able to play well against unranked teams, but as soon as a ranked team come around, we just can't get the dub at all. And so far in this game against Oregon, we really can't move the ball on offense. Julian trying to connect with me down the field, but it's a little bit too far out of bounds and I could not secure that catch. And this is the fact that you could just tell in the locker room that the morale isn't as good as it should be. Yeah, we got a good record, a decent record, but the teams we beat, like I said, were not ranked. And as a ranked team, a top 10 team in the nation, you got to be able to beat other top teams in the nation. But it's going to be real hard to do that when the team's morale is a little bit down and your quarterback is throwing interceptions in the red zone. Now, lucky for us, though, our defense is holding on. No, they only got 2 field goals. And here, a dot to the middle of the end zone. a big touchdown. And that was a big touchdown because our defense has been locking up for us so far in this game. We just got to make sure we're putting points on the board and we'll be able to win this game. And I'm going to be honest, in the first half, I really wasn't even showing up. But I think I got that defense all analyzed and figured out now. And here in the second half, I'm finna go crazy, picking up my first touchdown of the game. Now this play right here ended up making me mad because on this play, this dude got killed, destroyed off the release, and I didn't get that ball. That should have been an easy touchdown, but Julian didn't see me, and I understand sometimes you can't see me, but that play right there was immediate. There's no way he didn't see me. And after getting locked up last drive and Oregon finally scoring a touchdown, it's only a 2-point game now, but I just know that we could be up by more points if I just got the ball on that play. But gotta lead the pass in the pass because we're now back in the red zone. With 2 minutes left in this game, we got to get into the end zone, and you know who to get that ball to. Jordan Brown, number 17 with the tud. And man, thanks to the defense, we got the ball back. With a minute and a half left in this game, and I'm taking this thing for the first down, hurting that boy trying to get into the end zone, but couldn't do it. And then for good measure, a little run to the inside for the touchdown. This game is over with. And there we go. Finally, we defeat a team that is ranked. About time. Shouldn't have took us this long. And like I said, I still be going crazy. 6 catches, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I always do my thing. But now, in this game coming up, I'm going to have to make sure I do my thing for sure. Because this is the game, one of the reasons why I decided to come back for my 4th season. It's the game we play against Michigan. This is the game that we have been waiting for all year, especially if you've seen our last season. Unfortunately, we lost to them. And I really felt like it wasn't going to be right if I went to the NFL off a loss to Michigan. Like, we got to win this time. This is my last chance to go ahead and leave on a dub against Michigan. And shoot, I know me personally, as I do every single game, I'm going to dominate. I'm going to do everything I possibly can in my power to win this game. And yeah, this time around, we're at that crib with it. So it's going to make it a lot harder for us to, lock in for real. Because they most definitely do have a very loud stadium. We just got to make sure that we stay locked in, stay together so that we can win this game. And well, just as we thought, it's the second quarter now, and the only team that scored was them. It's a very low-scoring game, straight defense right now. But we making our way down the field right now. After taking a sack, it's 2nd and 14. There's a one-person guard me, and I thought I had a step on him, but quarterback couldn't even see me because that D-line was all up in his face. I don't know if they sent a blitz, but that was pretty fast. So now it's 3rd and 21, and he ended up throwing the ball across the field, picked up a couple yards so we can keep this field goal. And that one field goal that we got was the only points that we scored in the first half. It's now the second half. Michigan got the ball, ended up scoring a touchdown, making it 14-3. But me, I'm trying to get in this game. We got to stay in it. We cannot allow them to separate from us. We're scoring this tud. And thanks to the defense getting the big stop, now this is our opportunity right here to make sure that we score a touchdown to take the lead. He threw this ball down the field, and just look at this. I'm using my elite speed to burn all these defenders. They had 3 people trying to chase me down and couldn't do it. Big touchdown to take the lead. And the defense once again gets out here and gets another stop. So now it's the 4th quarter, beating him over the top once again, picking up this huge gain. He's lucky that that safety was there to help him and prevent my touchdown because, man, that boy cannot guard me. Clearly, I already have a lot of yards in this game. And now in the 4th quarter, look at that man, Jaden Moore down the field. He is way too fast. Nobody was anywhere near him when he caught that ball. Big touchdown. We're going crazy. It's now a 10-point game with under 50 seconds left in this game. So it's basically over with. And on 3rd and 2, a huge play, another huge play. That boy Julian Sain is just doing his thing in this game. I'm happy that he's playing as well because typically he really hasn't been playing that well against ranked teams. But hey, man, he's playing good this game. And it's the biggest game of the year in the regular season. And we do our thing. And on my last game against Michigan, in the regular season at least, I get the dub on them. Let's go. And y'all already know, man, me and Jaden Moore, we're going to do it every time. Balled out. And so with that dub to end off the season, that was the last game of the year. And we end up being 9-3. 2 losses being in conference. So clearly, we're not going to get to the conference championship. But We are in the college football playoff clearly, and it's looking like we finna end up playing Clemson. But before the college football playoff starts, my stats were 90 catches, 2,000 yards, and 27 touchdowns. And that was good enough for me to win the Heisman Trophy. Man, what a season I had. Went crazy. And just like I said at the beginning of the year, I was playing for that Heisman. But now, it's time to get that national championship. We got 2 things out of the 3 knocked out. Beat Michigan, win the Heisman. Let's get that natty. Well, we thought we was going to end up playing Clemson in the first round of the college football playoff. But after the last bye week and conference championship stuff happened, the seeding ended up changing a little bit. So instead, we got Oklahoma. And look, at the end of our season off, the way we did against Michigan, even though we didn't get to a conference championship, it definitely did feel like a conference championship that we ended up winning. But we got to bring that momentum here into the playoff. And yeah, we done made our way down the field, but it's starting to get a lot tougher as we're getting closer to the end zone. It's our second time getting to 3rd down. Last time we converted on 4th down, but this time we're actually getting the 1st down off the 3rd. Now, Coach did end up taking me out the game for the rest of that drive, and we did end up scoring a touchdown after running the ball in. And luckily, our defense did get a stop too, so we got a chance with a minute left in the first half to go ahead and get the lead before the half. And we done made our way down the field pretty quickly, and on 1st and 10, I'm beating this man to the inside, getting his touchdown, and we up by a touchdown now. Oklahoma started off with the ball in the second half. They scored pretty fast, so it's already a tied game, and they locked us up on our first drive and ended up getting a sack. So now we got to punt the ball off, and because of that, Oklahoma scored a touchdown, taking the lead. Luckily, though, I'm the greatest receiver that college football has ever seen. Clearly, after this season and last season, and having 1 DB on me just isn't a good decision at all. Getting this touchdown easily. Defense got another stop for us. Last time they did this for us, we didn't score, but this time we got to make sure we put points on the board. And y'all already know who's going to get this catch. That man is just too fast. Jaden Moore with the touchdown. Like I'm telling y'all boys, if it ain't me going crazy, it's going to be him. And at the defense got once again another stop. We done made our way down to their side of the field. I burnt this DB over the top, but that ball went right into his hands. Luckily for us though, he ended up dropping that pick, so we get more opportunities. But that really didn't mean anything because they would lock us up, get 2 sacks in a row, making it 4th and 25. We got to punt this ball away. We're too far away from field goal. But still though, they couldn't score a touchdown. We get the ball back, making our way down the field again. And just look at this, Jaden Moore wide open. I was open too, but hey, all we needed was a 1st down. There's no doubt in my mind that I have the best release in college football. And I've been showing it all game. I'm showing it here too. That DB couldn't even move. I don't know what he was doing, but it's easy touchdown though. But man, what a great game for my team offensively and defensively. We get out this game with a dub, going on to the 2nd round. Man, I went crazy. 3 touchdowns. Let's go. It is now Sugar Bowl time against a very, very tough opponent. A team that we didn't get to play this season, but we get to play them now. Georgia. It's going to be a real tough game, but it's going to be a good one. Georgia's a great team with a very great defense. But if one thing about me, it don't matter what defense I'm playing against. I'm going to torch whatever player is standing in front of me. It don't matter at all. I'm going to do what I need to do every single time. So at the end of the day, it's going to be about if my quarterback steps up to the plate, if the other players on the offense does, and if our defense decides to lock up. Because y'all know through film all season, I'm like 7-11. I'm open all day. And another person who's been open a lot, that man Jaden Moore catching that huge pass, making our way down the field on 1st and 10 now, running this play action. He threw this ball right over that DB's head. We in that end zone. Defense ended up getting a stop, and they're almost getting a stop on us here on this drive. But on 3rd and 10, he finally ends up coming to me, and y'all know I'm securing that 1st down. Sometimes I really don't understand why I don't get the ball a couple of plays, but then this ended up happening. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think this was my fault. I called for the ball, but he should have threw that ball over his head. It looked like a bullet. Should have been higher. And through the first half, it's really been only a touchdown for each team. It's going to be whoever can really endure the other team's defense, because clearly we both have top 5 defenses in the nation. So it's going to be a real gritty game. But as for me, I'm going to keep going crazy. Y'all know me. Touchdown. Georgia ended up returning the favor, scoring on their turn. But one thing they need to realize, and every team needs to start realizing, that you cannot have one person on me. I'm gonna get that ball deep down the field, securing that catch with 2 people trying to knock it out. And now, on their side of the field, on about the 30-yard line, on 1st and 10, he's all pressed up on me, but he wasn't even manned up to me, so I ended up getting this easy drag route, picking up this 1st down, try to move some people out the way, gain some more yards. Now, a guy, he's on our team, but y'all haven't heard him all season, because he really hasn't been showing up. Deuce Alexander, well, he showed up here, finally doing something. Deuce Alexander for the touchdown. We were looking pretty good, up 21-14, until we started getting locked up on this drive. And just to make matters even worse, that boy Julian threw an interception, putting Georgia already in scoring range. And so they ended up burning clock, scoring a touchdown, bringing us into OT. And there's no way we lose it here. Running this jet sweep, and my blocks were pretty decent. I don't know if I chose the right hole or not. I mean, there was a guy to the outside, so I had to go inside, falling 1 yard short of the 1st down. And now, on 3rd and 1, ran my route exactly how I was supposed to. He forced it into me, incomplete pass. But while trying to make that catch, ended up taking a pretty big hit. And so coach decided to sit me out for the next play. I mean, this was the game-defining play almost. And as bad as I wanted to stay in, coach wouldn't let me. I mean, yeah, I was in pain, but I wanted to stay in. It's 4th down. We need this. But instead, he decided to keep me out the game. We went for 3, and they scored a touchdown. They win, and they move on in the playoff. And we go home. 9 catches, 166 yards, and 2 touchdowns in my last college football game. It was a great one. Unfortunately, couldn't get to the national championship. Look, though, even though I wasn't able to get that last thing checked off my checklist, had an amazing year. First year at San Diego State, pretty mid, but after that, my 3 years here in OSU were insane, especially my last 2. And not only that, got to set a good amount of records here in college. But now, it's time to do this in the NFL. It's finally time for me to declare for the NFL draft. After an amazing college football career, it's finally time for your boy Jordan Brown to dominate in the NFL.